Okay. You don't know the word again. I gotta know it, I gotta. Let's go rough. Okay, there we go. Hey guys, what's up, everybody? It's just been so long. Yeah. Anyways, what's good? Netherless, Nobby, Candlewick, Glitch Studio. Sorry, the Glitched Brain Rapid. I don't know why I said Glitch Studios. That's my fault. Yeah. Ah, fuck. What's up, Haldecoach? What up, Sparrow? Dude. So, just a little bit of pretext. So yeah, if you guys have no idea like what we're going over today, I mean, because let's just assume that you can't read titles. Well, okay, so we're going to be going over Otterly Noah stuff, but I want to start with the Chimptopia implosion because it is such a brief topic, but it's just so fucking funny. Okay, it is so funny because essentially the premise, like, to all I had to know about it that got me instantaneously hooked is the fact that they made like a pilot episode trying to ditch Gamerverse. Now, I also checked out Gamerverse in my own free time just to see like how it is. Personally, I have some soft critiques, but I think it's a show with pretty good potential. I think the hate for it, ranging from like it has two conventionally attractive women in it, is kind of cringe. But that's not what we're talking about. Because with Chimptopia, they took a character that was meant to be like the Lernosaurus character, and they beat the fuck out of him. Which, that could have been funny. It could have been funny. Yo, what's up, K-Cuck and I-Nut? It could have been funny. But personally, I feel like the execution of the joke just wasn't. But despite it being unfunny, I don't think that, they deserve to, just never have a chance with their career ever again. I mean, come on, man. Come on. You could say, right, well, you shouldn't be attacking indie work or whatever, right? But, like, why is it when some newcomers come on the block and do it, it's all of a sudden too far? But, like, when the big shows like Family Guy do it, it's like, or The Simpsons does it, it's like, oh, you made it. You made it. You're getting made fun of. You made it. Like, come on. Come on. Right? It's probably just because, well, it's a smaller project or whatever, but still, it's a highly successful show already. On the first episode, they started fucking selling plushies. Are you kidding me? They're not... Dude, this pilot's not going to affect them in any way. Okay, let's just... Let's be real. Okay. Yeah, no, the dude's like 20. Yeah, I think, honestly, he just kind of just seems like a guy, with passions, dreams, and maybe it might be a little edgy, or, whatever. I think that the concept that he has might not be a unique idea, but I'd still would be interested to see how he goes about it. I always like trying to give like new shows a chance. I see what it's like, what's all the rage about. But no, I don't think that his career should be permanently cucked because he did a joke that literally any other studio that's like an adult cartoon would do. Okay? Fuck, we do this all the time with our shows, okay? Like, to act like this is a different case would be disingenuous. Yeah, so, that is one thing. Just, casual fandom banter. And then we're going to go into the Otterly Noah stuff, which a little refresher I will give you guys is quite literally, with Otterly Noah, the last time we found, this guy just to, essentially give us his resume. He plagiarized Shamu, I think Nicandros as well, and I think Ryle Kittenhouse, and got smoked on a Dicker stream for it. I think there was another person that the name escapes me, who he also plagiarized. But then, of course, he false accused Shamu and Nicandros of doxing him. He false accused Mrao of being a pedophile, which kind of lol, but also that's, dude, dog, how can you... I've never seen someone so confident about spreading around an allegation by just seeing a title of a video. It's kind of interesting. It's like these people don't take their credibility seriously at all. And obviously, I have my issues with Anthony. He's going to come up a lot in this video that Toastify made. Naturally so, just because he was involved. Then there was the thing that broke everyone's trust in this guy, and I think even warranted cutoffs from people, was that he coerced Deus, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Like, I say coerced, more like unfairly represented, manipulated, yada yada, XYZ, Deus to false strike a critic of his. And that's insane. That's just batshit fucking insane. Now, granted, this guy is shown to be a malicious, bad faith actor who tries to move puppets around like he's a puppeteer. Alright? Now, this video is supposed to go into a lot more nuclear stuff to do with the server, is my understanding. Which, that will be very interesting. Sounds very interesting. But yeah. Spiffy Ace? There's no way. Oh, dude, you just said I was muted. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I was scared for a second. I was scared. Just refresh the stream if you actually think I'm muted or you just trolled me. But yeah, no. So, essentially, there's a video that I want to kind of start with. Just casual pointing at the fandom, being like, you're a fucking idiot. God. But, yeah. Alright. Oh, where is this? I'll collect this one last thing. Okay. Yep. Alright. Alright. Let's get into it. Okay. Let's fucking get into it. So, we have Cartoon She's video right here. Okay? Okay. This goes, how not to promote your indie pilot. It's a quick 11 minutes. I'll turn down the volume of it. Yes, so this is going to go into the Chimptopia stuff. The Chimptopia stuff should not take us that long. I think that this would probably be a decent enough recap. So, let's go into it.
Street Fighter, whoa!
Trust me, you would not have wanted to watch that pilot anyway.
Well, someone's...
Honestly, I just said it wasn't funny, but like... okay, maybe I take it back a little bit. That the abrupt just screaming after being beat. Okay, that's kind of funny. It could have been executed a little bit better, but whatever. It's...
Feeling confident? Chimptopia is the latest indie animated pilot to cause a bit of a stir online. Now, I've always been against dogging on indie pilots even if they turn out bad.
Why? I don't know, man. Like, okay, I can understand the argument, right, of like an indie pilot is essentially, more often than not, going to be like the concept of the show, but not everything fleshed out, right? But the whole point of a pilot is literally to judge a book by its cover. So if you don't like the idea or the premise or the show of like what it's going to have, or, it's just not for you. And if you want to mock that, I think that you should be free to do that. Like, honestly, creators are not going to be better at making stuff if all they get is just a hug box. Oh, this is the best thing I've ever fucking seen. No, clearly. They're even some of my favorite shows I could spitball critiques of, but that's the fun part. To engage, like, you can either engage in, like, nice conversations about it, or some shows are just fun to hate. Alright, just to be blunt, I get that this is, well, you see, this is just kind of like the artist's passion. Yeah. That's gonna be any show. Indie or not, indie or corporate, that's gonna be the... that's the reason why I don't really like that argument. Because it's like... If you make that argument for that, then you'd have to be prepared to make the argument for like big corporations with shows. So it's like, yeah, no, you're technically right. That is the artist's passion, but I can guarantee you that there's still some shows like Velma that deserve getting like punched in the face every 5 seconds. Are you kidding me? Yes. Yeah. Dude. Whatever. Oh, what's up, monsters? But yeah, no. I think just as like a person should be free to express their shows that they want to have out there, they should also be free to express to say that it sucks and say fuck you. That is the beautiful part of the industry. All right, to have your free opinions just running fluid through the streets. But yeah, anyways, here we go.
Independent productions, and nobody is perfect. Most of the time, indie pilots are just a way for a creator to pitch their show to you really quickly. A lack of refinement is expected.
Sure.
But seeing as how Chimptopia took to beating down on Gamerverse just to prop itself up, I think I can get away with being a bit mean here. Chimptopia is the...
You could have been mean whether they did that or not. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what standard you're setting. You could have been mean whether you wanted to or not, bro. You had to wait for them to bully someone else to do it? Like, come on. Come on. Come on. Whatever. Come on, Cartoon She. But anyways.
Brainchild of Robert Pagliaro. He's most well known for creating artwork for Nick Fuentes.
Okay, first off, no. 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 So this guy actually did do a thread on this. And this... No. No. Okay, so I believe his defense was that he did this, like, you know, for, like, a member or whatever, before Nick Fuentes went down, like, the path that he did. Yada yada. It was a thing on Twitter. Dog, I don't like this. I don't like throwing this in the beginning of it, because now you're just painting the guy. It looks like you're trying to paint him into some alt-right scumbag to make him an easier punching bag for the rest of the video. I'm not even gonna lie. That's... I don't like that at all, man. No. No. I don't like that at all.
And Jack's toy. I'm
Okay.
just gonna cut right to the chase here. You, yes you, pay attention, this will be on the test. If you're an up-and-coming independent artist, and you're looking to one day create your own animated pilot and potentially kickstart your own animated series, let Chimptopia be a guidebook on what not to do. To be blunt, the main reason that everyone got riled up in the first place...
I mean, it got attention, right? Like, it worked. Like, hold on. Let me try to actually... Because I actually don't want to just leave it off of that. Calm down, Robby. Let me just look this up real quick. This is the one thing I did not have prepped. But I do want to find this guy. Well, hold on. Lol. Anyways, at calm down, Robby. There we go. So this is his Twitter account. I'll follow it real quick for ease in the future. Where is your response, buddy? Where's your response? Seeing this clip going around, I just want to create. It's using scratch audio. This never meant to be in the episode. Okay. Sure. Where's your thread, pal? Where's your thread, buddy boy? On a serious note, I truly never intended for this kind of uproar in the animation scene. My original post was simply meant to be a friendly jab at another indie show to cause some discussion and get eyes on the project. I mean, yeah, sure, you could say you're admitting to a detention grab here, but, like, cause some... yeah, maybe he means cause some discussion to be, like, you know, get, like, a little bit of, like, obviously, oh, it's an edgy joke, so... whatever. The goal was not to say we are better since we have nothing. Yeah. To show for ourselves anyway, rather to recite a friendly rivalry similar to the commercials CN would play on Nickelodeon. Sure. This is where the original idea came from, and trust me, I see the hypocrisy in referencing a Tex Avery short and then proceeding to mock another show. For the same thing, again, I would like to say I had no evil intentions against Glitch or the Gamerverse crew. I have been following Ross since his early work on Newgrounds, so to say this work has helped shape how I animate and draw is an understatement. To clear anything up, the characters in the show do not reflect me or my friends one-to-one. They're simply caricatures of ourselves. That is what inspires us to make the show in the first place. We thought telling exaggerated versions of our real-life stories that happened in our friend group was extremely funny. I also understand the disdain for the style of animation this show was styled in. Who would care? What? And that was decided based off the lack of time and resources I have. So I decided to take an easier route drawing-wise so I could actually create this in a timely manner. I created all the assets and animation by myself. Oh, so self-made indie artist. Okay, sure. Cartoon, she did put it in the video. I'm still gonna just read this thread for context. Was hoping that once we get funded, I could get a few more hands on the project, all the critique and tips on what should be changed and absolutely being taken into account. To wrap it up, I am sorry if any person or crew at Glitch, and I hope that this does not affect the show. I am seen as a person in real life. I just graduated college and I'm trying to start something up because getting a job that can fully support me right now is very hard. To all the people that choose to support me and my project, thank you so much. I hope I can still fulfill my childhood dream of making funny cartoons. If you have any questions you would like to ask, okay. So, fuck, where's the Nick thing? I guess an easy way to do this. Nick logo. No, let's try latest. Dude, this is so annoying. Where'd it go? God. Art. I know this is really not going to help that much either. Ugh, dude, this is so annoying. Found an old sketch. Thinking of it. No. No, this is annoying. Where did it go? He had a defense for it, and I can't find it. I'll see if he shows it in the video, and if he doesn't, then I think I know another place where I could look. But yeah, anyways.
Well known for creating artwork for Nick Fuentes and Jack's Toy. I'm just gonna cut right to the chase here. You, yes you, pay attention, this will be on the test. If you're an up-and-coming independent artist and you're looking to one day create your own animated pilot and potentially which then got signal boosted by
Sure.
ToonHive and a couple more cartoon accounts on Twitter. Because the best term I can use to describe this teaser is, brain damage. Might sound a bit mean, I know, but frankly I think it takes a miraculous amount of brain damage to write, record, and animate this entire thing without once thinking about the ramifications of your decisions. The main thing that got everyone big mad about this teaser was that it threw a pretty large swing towards Gameaverse for some reason. Gameaverse is the most recent pilot to come from Glitch Productions, created by Ross.
Well, yeah, that's why he did it, right? Like, I mean, for some reason, that's why, because it's a brand new show. It's a brand new sensation, right? Now, obviously, that's why you would do it. But I don't know. I really don't. I really don't care. Honestly, that like he swung, like you could choose whether to like it or not, but like tearing into the guy's internet footprint for it is a little odd, a little much, but sure, I guess. Not saying that cartoon she's doing that, but that's just kind of like what happened on Twitter. But I don't know, I don't really care about it in the fact it's like, oh, we should like fuck this guy up. But like, I guess you could say, what the fuck, man? I really like Gameaverse. But that still sounds gay and cucked. But yeah. I mean, yeah, you could say shouldn't have done it as first introduction, to be honest. But it's like, I don't know if that's what the show's going to be, where they could just take pot shots at like other relevant forms of media. I feel like that would just be like a actual representation in the first episode. I don't know. Unless, I mean, then again, he did say it was just going to talk about his friends' stories. So then it could bring up the question, was that ever going to be relevant to the show? Or are you just doing that just because, you know, it's a new hot sensation? Which I guess the tweet does indicate that it is. So, yeah, maybe you could argue not the best first impression. If the pilot that they had has literally nothing to do with the concept of the show. But I don't know. I just don't really care. I don't really care that he did that. But yeah.
So Donovan, or Rubber Ross, as many of you will likely know him as. Gameaverse was being developed for over a decade and is a clear-cut passion project that Ross has clearly sunk a considerable amount of time, care, and love into. And to see that kind of work finally pay off is a feel-good story I'm sure all of us can appreciate. I personally couldn't get into Gameaverse, it's not really my thing, and I don't have much to say about it, which is why you didn't see a video on it, among other things. But I'm really happy to see Gameaverse succeed, and it's not hard to respect the time, effort, and dedication it took for over 10 years to finally turn this crazy dream into a real thing.
Yeah, but okay, I hate this argument. Just because it took a long time for a show to be made means that like it's, you know, it's a respectable good show. And it's like, no. I mean, Gameaverse, I don't know if it's going to be a good or bad show. Personally, I think there are some concepts in there that are very interesting. Admittedly, I would have like a handful of critiques with the pilot episode, but sure, it's the pilot episode, right? So it's not going to be perfect or fleshed out amazingly. But still, I don't know, man. Like, there's been shows that, like, yes, there are independent creators that will work on something for years by themselves, and they'll actually make something really great. I think, like, the Killer Bean show, which, yeah, phenomenal. That guy did it all by himself. Actually mind-blowing, right? But then, I mean, fuck. As you can tell, I watched a lot of Saber Spark. But there was this one thing back a while ago that was, like, essentially a retelling of a Bible story, where it was like, yeah, they were all furries, and it took the guy 4 years to make it, right? It took him 4 years to make a roughly hour animated film, and like, it wasn't that good. it just wasn't that good. Like, yeah, sure, they got the Bible story accurate, I suppose, but like the real life story that connected to it, it just wasn't that good. And that guy solo like worked on it by himself for 4 years. Does that make that show a prodigy? No, no. I mean, yeah, you could say like, hey, don't be a dick to someone's work, but like, I don't know. I guess it just have a difference in way of thinking, I suppose. But I don't know. But yeah, okay. I haven't seen the point of game reverse at all. I think I kind of get the concept that they're going for. I like, what they're talking about, and it seems like a moral dilemma of, should we stop them from dying at all, or should we let them die so that they never have to die again? But then again, if they die again, is it the same ones who died in the first place? And I think that is always going to be an interesting, concept. It's like, do you give peace to a new life form that, like, doesn't essentially, like, you have no way of telling if it's the same guys, or do you just prevent the current guys from not going through that ever? It's kind of an interesting dilemma, I feel like. Furry Bible, it has like that one like furry character going, no, dude, I think it's fuck, dude. Now it's gonna be at the top of my head. God, yeah, I used to watch a lot of Saber Spark when I was in middle school. Lol, you did a Digital Circus review. Okay. I think it's like Joshua in the Promised Land? Yeah, what the hell is Joshua in the Promised Land? The worst animated movie ever. See this? Like, it took 4 years to make this. Does this make it good? Does that make it good? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta get to the legendary clip. Hold on. I need to hear this. I need to hear this.
Worst animated film ever made, and I will show you why. No! No!
Dude, that's my favorite part, bro. That's my favorite part. But anyways, yeah, no, so that would be my point. 4 years of dedication and time went into this. Would you say that it's a peak film? Would you say it's amazing? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, admittedly, I found Saber's video on it quite funny, but it's not because the creator was good at what they made. Like, I don't think that the time and dedication argument should carry the quality of a show. But yeah. Anyways. Space, a part of it, I think, is because in animation, especially indie, it's kind of a discouraged to be shitting on other shows due to how interconnected it is. Well, that was indie. Joshua in the Promised Land was indie, and it was like literally labeled as the worst project by far. So it's like, I don't know, like that's probably why, like, yeah, admittedly that was like, you could say that was years ago. I don't really care. But like that's probably why I don't really care that like a character from Gamerverse got like beat up. I don't know. It's like, it just seems like an overblown reaction. But I digress.
Chimptopia's response to this was to base their entire teaser trailer, the first impression, the most important stepping stone towards pitching your show to people, on completely lambasting Gamerverse. And to say this instantly rubbed people the wrong way is putting it lightly.
And I'll say video game characters with my friends.
Oh, brother.
I'm a learner.
Another one of these.
There are several things wrong with the execution here. Many did point out that cartoons taking swings at other cartoons is not a new thing. Shows like Mad, Robot Chicken, and The Simpsons instantly come to mind. But what makes Chimptopia particularly unlikable is that this is a brand new independent series that's yet to prove itself, and the first impression we get of it is the show deciding to target an actually successful indie production in what feels like an incredibly spiteful and jealous manner. When you see something like Mad,
how do you think Mad started? Like, how do you think, dude, this is a little tedious. How do you think any of those shows started? Mad started with that. Simpsons, like, started with, like, the swings and stuff like that. Family Guy did. Like, I don't know why, especially Robot Chicken, bro. I don't know why we're pretending like they didn't. Like, yeah, you could say, well, pilot episode's, like, the best, the first impression, but it's like, the other shows that you referenced would have followed through the same logic that they took jabs at other shows and things within the first episodes. I mean, you could just say it wasn't funny. And that would be a fine argument. I think that's probably the most valid argument you could make against a pilot. It's not funny and it's boring. Because it's like, okay, sure, it wasn't executed properly. But to act like that this is just some like random thing that has just never been seen before, and trying to source things that would still follow suit with the same logic of why you're hating this, like, you know, on this pilot, it just doesn't really, your argument doesn't land. A-Space, you're clip chimping? No, I'm reacting. And then there's just like an epic 90s glasses shades just going to my face, going like, yeah! Oh, yeah, yep, that's me. Yeah. Wait, this is going to be gay, but how long into each of those series till they make their first swing? I'm pretty sure one of those, grain of salt, sure. I'm pretty sure that literally some of them are just first episode that they take a jab at a show. But the argument would be, well, they actually took a jab at a corporate show and not an indie animation. And it's like, well, I don't know, man. I don't really care. I just don't care. Even like those shows, other shows that had pilots will make jabs at other things like other forms of media, just saying it's bad. It's not the whole premise of the show, but it happens. It happens. All right, I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, we continue.
Robot Chicken and The Simpsons take jabs at something, you can usually tell there's at least a fundamental level of respect there, and it's usually just playful ribbing and parody. This is a
What? That's the argument we're going with? There's a level of respect there? Do you think that every time that, like, fuck, Family Guy, like, fucking touched the fuck out of Chris Brown, kept constantly bringing up the fact that he beat women. Even, like, with fucking Tom Cruise, every time Tom Cruise has been in Family Guy, it has been to, like, try to say that he's gay. Like, level of respect? Not always. What? What the fuck? What is this argument? Yes, for some of them, I will give you that. All of them? No. Sometimes they just don't like shows. That's just how it is. I think that's perfectly fine. Shows are free to do that. To take jabs at each other. It could build fun rivalries with each other. It could be fun. But to pretend like that they always do it out of respect is just... That's just disingenuous. What the fuck? Bro. Whatever, bro. Whatever.
Brand new show, and the first thing it does to try and sell you on it is putting down the work of another indie creator without even telling you what their show is about first. The depiction of the character Gobbles here also comes off as very mean-spirited and bitter, and following it up with these bland, smug character designs, taking him behind a tree and beating the
bland, smug character designs. You know, that's just... You know, Cartoonchi, that's just based on him and his friends, right? I mean, I guess you can call a real-life friend group generic, but, like, bro... You just essentially just called him and his friend group chopped. Dude, that's... Okay, that's kind of funny. I can't even get mad. That's kind of funny. Fuck me.
Shit out of him, then turning to the audience and saying, hey, you wouldn't have wanted to watch that pilot anyway. It's about as direct as you can get when being incredibly spiteful towards a specific indie show. It's incredibly poor taste. Not to mention—
No, yeah, exactly. No, Family Guy got a lot of shit for that too. Like, fuck, Quagmire did unironically rape Marge in, like, one of the episodes, like, for just, like, you know, a fake, like, promo trailer. Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad, lol. But yeah.
This teaser is not some original joke they came up with. It's almost one-to-one with an iconic Screwy Squirrel cartoon that was just Tex Avery playing in Disney's face for about 60 seconds. But the reason it works there was because it wasn't going after anything specific. They drew an original cutesy character to represent what they wanted to mock about Disney, acting as the perfect contrast to the edgier and more zany nature of Tex Avery's cartoons. Sure, it was criticism, but it was a playful and lighthearted jab. The character was also drawn in a style reminiscent of Disney, and they were animated quite lovingly as well, showing that despite Avery being completely opposed to Disney's cutesy and sanitized approach, he still respected the artistry of Disney. Chimptopia
is that... What the fuck is that argument? how would you know that because they copied the art style, it was just out of nothing but respect out of their hearts? Wouldn't it just be able to better represent what they're mocking? Like, what the fuck? And then now I see that you're building this up to be like, well, you can just tell that they have no respect for this character. Why? Because they drew the character in their show's art style? We're not really making that argument, are we? I mean, because then you would have to, like, backtrack, you referencing Robot Chicken, Family Guy, or, like, Simpsons, or even, like, just acknowledging that South Park exists, because all the characters that they have is in their own art styles. Yeah, maybe you could say that there was that one bit that Family Guy had with, like, the Disney thing, within the right style, but, like, bro... I don't... just because, like, they do the right art style doesn't mean that they have nothing but unwarranted respect in their hearts for them. That's such a weird line of logic. But sure, I digress.
Completely misses the point of this joke and uses it as a springboard to single out another independent creator's project, all the while having absolutely nothing to show for itself to even justify taking a swing like this. So, safe to say, this wasn't a very good first impression. It made a lot of people mad,
sure.
And it also made a lot of people point and laugh at the audacity of it. I do think indie creators deserve some kind of leeway and a chance to grow when their first impression isn't great, but openly attacking another indie creator's project in such a mean-spirited way was guaranteed to put Chimptopia on everyone's shit list. And
what? Because they attacked like a multi-million viewed project? They don't like deserve like any leniency? Like what the fuck is that argument? Where do we draw the line? What, like it's just such a weird semantical pedantic way to go about things. Like where do we actually draw the line? But again, it's like I don't know, because to go with this, it's like we're acting like the Chimptopia is like punching down or whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, they're just kicking a guy while he's down with his pilot project that he had 10 years of passion into. Okay. Yeah, the multi-million subscribed to and multi-million viewed thing and like several connections guy, that guy's getting swung at. Really? Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah, someone, swung a Doug at his pilot episode. Do you really think that he's, like, crying in his bed over it? He probably unironically saw it and was like, that's gay, and then moved on. This outrage from, like, everybody else is just like, dude, you gotta think about his passion! Do you think that Rubber Ross broke down into tears when he saw Chimptopia's pilot? It's like, how could they do that to Lernosaurus, man? How could they do that, man? I spent 10 years on this. No, he didn't, bro. What the fuck is this? Bro.
this is without even getting into the Kickstarter for the show. If the teaser trailer itself wasn't bad enough, the Kickstarter only made things worse by basically confirming that Chimptopia has absolutely no idea what it's doing. For something that tried dog-walking Gamerverse
like
for being filled with
shows,
game references and being uninspired, I find it incredibly funny that Chimptopia wants to be an adult animated sitcom about three friends trying to make ends meet, and that the show also looks like this.
Oh, brother!
Like what, did your show get rejected by Fox or something?
Okay, so now... Okay, so this is actually where I'm going to see a double standard. I know you're going to justify it because they swung too. Which, to be very clear, I think, it would be fair to swing at this pilot too. But what happened to the argument of years of passion went into this? I mean, it just conveniently gets thrown away when you don't like the guy, doesn't it? Like, I don't know. I don't normally have any problems with, like, Cartoon Cheese coverage, but, like, this is, like... I guess you could say I'm being a little semantical here and maybe getting a little gay, but it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like that there's a double standard. I don't like that you started off that this guy made art for Nick Fuentes but refused to go into it in the beginning, where like several minutes in, you don't even give context to that. So if someone just like heard that and clicked off, they're going to think that this guy's like an alt-right Nazi. And like, I don't like how like, you're going about this. Like you're bringing up other shows that literally do the same thing, but like doing mental gymnastics, like why it's okay for the multi-billion-dollar companies to do it, but like not like an indie college kid to do it. Like, sorry, a college young adult. Like this just feels like a lot of mental gymnastics here. But sure.
What exactly is so irreverent or original about this that you thought it would be fine to take shots at Gamerverse of all things? We blend the relatability of Seinfeld, the crudeness of South Park, and the wackiness of Smiling Friends into our show to create something unique in the indie animated space.
I don't much like the tone of your voice.
Yeah, fuck you, Gamerverse, you unoriginal little chud. Behold, as we pitch our show by directly comparing it to the works of people infinitely more talented than us, as
I mean, that's an easiest way to explain how the show's going to be, right? You compare it to inspirations or whatever. You know, Gamerverse was inspired by like a whole fucking dozen of shows. Some of them I don't really see the inspiration. I'm going to be honest. I don't really see the Gurren Lagann connection. Maybe that'll come later. But it's like... Yeah, they're just writing off the backs of these because they're comparing themselves to actual successful somethings. What the fuck? No shit. No shit. What the fuck is this? Bro. Oh, thank you for the 4. I disagree with your boundary space. Okay, nice one. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. I know what you are. Hold up. Remember the woman Roseanne Bart? Honestly, not really, to be honest. If it's a point, fair enough. But yeah. I mean, I don't use... fuck. Yeah. Anyways.
opposed to, you know, actually giving you reasons to care. This description has absolutely rancid vibes. I can't remember the last thing that said it was inspired by South Park that actually captured what makes South Park good. I'd say to be careful when throwing stones in your glass house, but that would imply there was a house to begin with. Fundamentally, there are so many issues to be found in this Kickstarter. The show wants to be distinct, yet the premise is so overdone, you'd mistake this for a cancelled Fox show. It wants to be episodic, because there's apparently a big lack of indie shows with an episodic format, completely ignoring the many indie shows out there with an episodic format.
I mean, you could cherry pick, I suppose. What the fuck is this argument? Yeah, some shows, like, you know, a lot of, like, there's actually a good handful of indie shows that, you know, don't have, like, what happens in the last episode to affect the next. That's just kind of, like, become, like, a standard for some of them. Sure. And you could probably point up examples where that does exist, but that doesn't make the statement any less true by just cherry picking two of them. Like, I don't know. Like, again, this is just getting semantical and gay.
All of the character designs are uninspired and completely fail to reflect their descriptions. Robby is meant to be a joyous optimist, so let's give him a constant resting bitch face and have him be a cynical, edgy loser in the teaser as he commands his two chudlings to beat up a character from another indie show. Now...
Oh, hold up.
Loser in the teaser as he commands his two chudlings to beat up a character from another...
Look at that joy. See? That joyous optimism right there, bro. Yep. Literally friggin' owned.
Indie show. Now this is character design! Yeehaw! Oh, and also the landlord character is named Chimp. He's the character the show is named after, and he is depicted as a Hispanic man with monkey-like features and eating a banana. Oh, that's, you gotta change that design. I mean, hell.
What the fuck are you mean? Bro, what did you want all the characters to be white, Cartoon Sheep? Is that what we're fucking doing right now? Did you just want all of them to be white? Are you that scared to see minorities that you have to, like, fucking pearl clutch and grasp at straws? What the fuck was that argument, man? What the fuck was that argument? When has I can't even think of, like, when Hispanics have ever been compared to monkeys as, like, a racial thing. You see, you're just reaching. You're just fucking reaching right now. What the fuck, man? What the fuck was that? See, I don't know. I don't like this. It feels like there's constant jabs to, like, base this guy as alt-right and racist. And for what? Because you didn't like the pilot? You can not like the pilot, but this just feels very, like, I don't want to say deceptive because that assumes intent, but, like, it just feels very dishonest, I suppose. And I guess that's not too far off, but still. Yeah, I mean, the guy who made this is Hispanic. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the guy... Fuck me, man. Fuck me. What kind of thing was that? What the fuck was that jab, bro? I can confirm we have monkey ears and tall. Thanks, Sneaky. Thank you for the confirmation. It sadly does happen, and Twitter did call this racist. So Hispanic creator has a Hispanic character, like have a monkey tail and monkey ears and eating a eating a banana, and that's somehow racist? What the fuck? Dude, I hope that they match the same energy with Boondocks, with Uncle Ruckus, man. You know, actual examples of just being racist. Dude, oh my god, that was so moral grandstandy from Cartoon Shit. I'm not gonna lie, that was a reach and a half. Fuck me.
Change every design while you're at it. The key art alone looks like it wants to call me a slur. And holy shit, can we
The what?
change every design while you're at it? The key art alone looks like it wants to call me a slur.
What kind of argument? Dude, fuck this fucking guy, bro. Every chance he gets, he's trying to paint these people as racists. Why? Why? What the fuck, man? Dude, what? Brother, every step of the way. Every step of the way, you're just trying to kick these guys down constantly to try to paint them as racists. Why? This is ridiculous. Why the fuck, man? Dude. Yeah. White people being offended for POC strikes once again. Yeah, you could tell Cartoonshi's white guilt is kicking in. Dude, is there, you know, microphone emoji to Cartoonshi, is there anything wrong with being Hispanic? Like, fuck me, man. This is so tedious.
And holy shit, can we talk about the stretch goals? Because this is outrageous. $500,000 for 4 episodes of this quality. $100,000 for character figurines after episode 2. $200,000 for a musical sequence in episode 3, which is listed after the $150,000.
Yeah, the guy who's making the show by himself needs money to make it. Mind fucking blown? Like, again, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? It's like you're acting like these guys are turbo experienced people with an established footprint while also trying to say that they aren't, but then being surprised that they need money to make their show. Like, animation's not cheap, especially if we're going to assume it's for a 30-minute runtime. That's not cheap. A musical sequence is not cheap. Casting is not cheap. Honestly. And I would say this too. One of my favorite shows, Invincible, I think unironically gets underpaid. With, like, you know, the stuff that they do. Like, $1 million for a season is just not enough. Dude, like, it's just not. It's, I mean, yeah, you could say the $500K price is kind of crazy, I'll give them that. But it's like, the animations is just not cheap at all. These are people that don't have a team. They don't have, like, you know, a network. They're working completely off of via their own work, right? Like, this is just, why? Why are we doing it like this? This is such a weird jab. But yeah. Oh, thank you for the 10 gifted hounds. Appreciate it. We got one from Monstrous, Night Hider, Bale's Holiday, Poach, I can't pronounce, Poach, Akko Pup, QQ, I know what you are, Ogrin, You Mad Bruh, Gilla the Blood Spilla, homie, friend of the channel, Sin City, bro, it's been a while, Gayasby, lol. No, but, yeah, I just, brother, yeah, the issue is, I think, is that the people, that the cost is high without anything else to do with the show, why should we support it? Well, obviously, that these are goals for the show, right? This is a college kid trying to do all this by himself, with, admittedly, maybe the help of his friends, but, like, yeah, no, that's gonna fucking cost money. I'm sorry, like, animation, you can't make a successful animation show with just a few $1,000s. You're gonna get nowhere with that. That's just how that works. It's a very expensive thing that could have the chance of having an extreme payoff or not. It's a risky business. But yeah, it's an expensive business. So yeah, no. Very, yeah.
Needed for episode 3 in the first place, which seems a bit backwards, honestly. You're asking people for this much money when the best you can offer them is we have Family Guy at home. Now, naturally, after deciding to make this many enemies just for the fuck of it, while also having a very underwhelming Kickstarter, Chimptopia has kind of become public enemy number 1. And there's a part of me that wants to be sympathetic.
I guess the reason why I don't really like that part, because, you know, I could be gay with the indie arguments too, it seems like you're advocating for an indie animator not to be paid because of a stupid pilot that they made. It's like you're taking money off their table. Sorry, not money off their table. Sorry, food off their like dinner table that night. It just seems like a very weird jab to do. Like you're going directly at their funding for the project and how they make money. You could say you don't like it. You could say it's uninspired. You could say this, but you're directly going for their income. That's such a weird thing to do for an indie animation studio when you claim to care about these things so much. Such a weird move. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, that's such a low blow. But yeah, whatever.
But I kinda can't, because while I'm convinced this project was born out of stupidity and
Sup,
maybe
Pinker?
a bit of jealousy, I don't get the impression the creator was built to handle the kind of backlash something like this would get. It all seems like an extremely stupid barrage of mistakes from someone way in over their head.
So you think it's a stupid barrage of mistakes, but you went directly for their income. What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, unironically, what the hell are you doing? I have no words. I'm shocked. Unironically, I'm shocked that you would do a move like that. That's such an interesting play for a guy that's preaching and caring about saying that he cares about fucking indie animation. Like what the fuck, man? Dude. But yeah, whatever. I suppose.
At least that's what I did think until people decided to do some digging on this guy's publicly listed portfolio and
Oh, okay, so we're gonna justify going at his income with these out of context things. Sure. Okay, fine. Let's hear
that
it.
he had designed artwork to be placed on merchandise for Nick fucking Fuentes, which makes the depiction of Chimp over here a bit less of a surprise.
Oh,
Now,
fuck off, dude. You're obsessively trying to paint this guy as a racist. Oh my god. Oh my god, that actually is pissing me off. Dude, so because he did art for Nick Fuentes once in a while ago, and there's even cases of him disavowing the guy, that magically makes him racist when he, a Hispanic, draws another Hispanic with monkey attributes and features. Like, what the fuck kind of argument is that? Again, what kind of art? Dude, when the fuck in the history of man, I would love an example. I really would. When the fuck in the history of man has ever, like, been a time where we have used monkeys as a racial slur in comparison to Hispanics? That has just never been the case. If, I would understand if this was obviously, right? Obviously, it was a black character, right? That would be different. But it's not. It's just not. Like, this is such a weird fucking reach to try to paint this guy as a racist. It kind of makes me just feel like he's doing it intentionally. Like, what the fuck is this?
now, obviously, people got mad at this, and soon after, it seems Robert
Yes, I'm aware Hispanics can be racist too, but what the fuck? It's the racial slur for monkeys and Hispanics. I've literally never seen that in the history of man. This just feels like a reach. Yeah, what's up, Blue?
panicked and removed it from his portfolio. So now all the Nick Fuentes fans are mad at him too. It really does come off as stupidity rather than anything else. He hasn't seemed to have thought any of this through. Made especially evident given he quickly pumped out an apology video that depicted himself being lynched and whipped by goblins. What the fuck? Do people just not get PR training anymore? Or better yet,
I don't know, man. Does the indie animator college kid have a fucking PR team? What the fuck? What? Okay. Fuck me. Dude. Wait, are you telling me that because Cartoonji doesn't like this one indie project, he has to like all other indie animation or none? No! I don't. I've actually said consistently that he doesn't have to like this. I have said that consistently. It just feels like he's trying to paint the guy as a racist and alt-right. And that just feels very disingenuous. And the things that he's complaining for seems like double standards when referring to other shows like Family Guy and The Simpsons. That has been my argument.
Do people just not have common fucking sense? I don't believe that Robert Pagliaro is a malicious person or anything, but saying this as respectfully as I can, he is as dumb as a bag of rocks. Choosing not to respond to criticism seriously and instead depicting yourself being lynched and whipped does not give the impression that you're taking this seriously or that you're sorry at all, and certainly does not do much to quell the people who have naturally assumed
Yeah,
you
it's a
might
dumb way
be
to
racist.
respond.
Like, buddy, read the room?
My intention was not to try and put down another person's project, but rather make a lighthearted joke to stir up conversation about ours. Fuck!
A few things are wrong with this. Given Robert's track record of genius decision-making, I'm inclined to believe him when he says he wanted a friendly rivalry between him and Gamerverse and wasn't trying to flat out attack the show. I can believe that. Unfortunately, you still attacked the show. Quite blatantly. Like, you turned to the camera and started talking shit. Not to mention that you are not in a position to start friendly rivalries with other independent artists who are just trying to get their work seen. You have given us nothing to be excited about, nothing to anticipate. You are not on an equal playing field here. It just comes off as you being a dickhead and oddly
Dude, what is that argument? So you can't have a rivalry fresh out the gates because you have to have an established, like, career and such like that? Like, what is that argument? Why are we just, like, making up standards just to apply to people just so it's convenient for this situation? I don't know, this just feels like a very, again, it feels like there's a lot of, like, semantical mental gymnastics in this video. Like, I don't know, it's really odd.
Social, especially because we know you and Ross don't know each other. Here's you in 2021 trying to get your artwork noticed by Ross so you could join a Gartic phone session with him.
Many people would take the Nick Fuentes stuff as really bad for fair reasons. He is not a pleasant person, but the person doesn't get to defend himself in this, so... Well, he did, like, make a defense. He said it was, like, before, like, the radical stuff or whatever when he did it, and, like, it was, like, it was a while ago, to my understanding. I gotta, like, try to find his exact response, but that was, like, my understanding of his defense. He's heavily disavowed the guy now.
That kinda makes this Gamerverse jab a little embarrassing in retrospect, honestly. He doesn't know you. Chimptopia is to Gamerverse what the faithful sheriff is to the burnt peanut. Oh yeah, and before anyone says anything, I don't like the burnt peanut either. Chimptopia is the faithful sheriff of indie cartoons. That's the best way I can put it. I would also mention that one clip people are passing around from Robert's portfolio of a completely nothing ChatGPT joke, but he's clarified this wasn't an actual scene from the show, so I don't really see the point. All in all though, Christ what a shit show. I've never seen an indie pilot pretty much wither and die just from its teaser trailer. And even though I don't think the creator had malicious intentions, I certainly think he's a fucking idiot, and I think the backlash is fairly—
Wait, did you not go over his serious thread responding to stuff? You could say, like, his video was bad responding to stuff. Maybe, I'm gonna try to give good faith, and maybe it was just the video that was out when you made this. But yeah, no, there was, like, a thread he responded to this stuff seriously.
Justified. Especially the explanation he gave for the Nick Fuentes merch. Like, I'm sorry, bro.
I was not aware how controversial he was and was sent a link to their internship offer by a family member. I made it to their second phase, which wanted us to design a piece of merch as a test. It was not until my final interview where I found out what their brand motive was. Why is that not plausible? Like, I don't know, man. Just basic good faith, right? This guy's a college guy, right? This happened like a little bit ago, right? This guy's, like, young. This guy, you know, has, like, a lot of things that, you know, he has a big future ahead of him, sure, whatever, or just a future ahead of him in general. I don't blame a guy for not knowing every single political figure that exists. I mean, granted, even if you're in the political space, yeah, you could say Nick Fuentes is a big figure, but, like, even if you're, like, in the politics, you would probably more focus on the actual politicians that actually do stuff rather than just the creators that would refuse to do actual much than just stream on their own stuff. Like, yeah, no, I get that Nick Fuentes is bad news, but, like, yeah, a guy not knowing a controversial political figure is really not that outside of the realm of possibility. I guess you could personally not believe it, but, like, that's just, I don't know, man. Like, I don't see, I would just need stronger evidence to see that there's a reason to doubt that. Because right now, it just seems like speculation because you just don't like the pilot. I don't have anything to realistically say that he didn't know, that he did know about, like, you know, how evil Nick Fuentes was. But yeah. Isn't Cartoon She also, like, 19 or 20? I actually have no idea how old Cartoon She is. So, I'm not trying to say this is like a 40-year-old man just dogging down at a 20-year-old. But, like, if he is 19 or 20, then he should understand better than anyone that, like, at that age, you're just going to probably be, like, really stupid and do stupid things. But yeah.
Bro, but no one believes this. Not even fans of Nick.
How do you search someone up to create merch on their behalf without coming across their beliefs at all, though? It's actually very easy. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, dude. Like, oh, let's see. Nick Fuentes. Sure. Nicholas J. Fuentes. All right. Already getting an image, getting his Twitter. We could say that we have, like, his Wikipedia here, but I could just do a quick Google search, right? And just by looking at him, right? Oh, okay, so he's a political guy. Even if you read the Wikipedia, it's not going to tell you exactly every single political take that this guy holds. It's actually fairly easy to look up a political creator without knowing every single one of their beliefs or even their extreme ones. I don't know. I don't really feel like it's that much of a reach. Especially in the context of, like, I'm not aware how controversial it was and was sent a link to their internship offered by a family member. So he didn't even Google search like I did. He was sent a link. Okay? He made it to a second phase, which wanted us to design a piece of merch as a test. So clearly, he was just trying to design merch as a test. It was like I'm assuming it looks like freelance work. That's probably what he's talking about here. He was sent a link, did freelance work, and then, yeah, it was the final interview that he actually found out, like, what they wanted. That's really not that far-fetched. That's really not that far-fetched at all. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. Ace, come on, bro. What the fuck? You could be sent a link and do something as a freelance work without knowing every single thing that someone believes. Why is that such an expected thing to happen? I feel like it's a reach to insinuate that this guy is alt-right because he was sent a link and did some freelance work without checking into the guy. That's a reach. The reach is assuming that he's alt-right because of this. Look, if you want to say you personally don't believe it and have your own personal skepticisms, sure, feel free. I'm going to respectfully disagree with him being alt-right and 100% knowing and doing this. Because again, yeah, in the context of being sent a link and doing freelance work, yeah, I don't imagine that he looked into hours of content of, like, what Nicholas Fuentes believed for his political takes. I don't know. It's just, I think that that's really plausible. I don't think that this is some like scenario you're giving me that it's just so unbelievable or whatever that, like, nah, there's no fucking way. Because the scenario he's giving me is 100% plausible. It could have logically happened. Yeah, you could, like, be skeptical of it, but you're acting like it's just so unimaginable that it's like seeing pigs fly when that's just not the case. Like, this is a very plausible thing to happen. Now, if you want to say that he's only saying this just because he's on the hot seat, fine, be my guest to have your own opinion. I'm personally giving the guy good faith because, realistically, I don't know about this guy's personality or traits. I don't know his personal belief. All I know about this guy, for what he's represented himself online, is that he made a bad pilot, swung high, and got people pissed off. And it feels like people are digging for anything to realistically flame this guy. This guy's a college student that's trying to make his own show. And yes, I don't doubt that he would be doing commissioned work, freelance work, like how he's describing, while also trying to be a successful indie animator. I don't know. It doesn't seem that unbelievable to me. Like, I just realistically, if I'm going to be honest with you, it just doesn't seem that unbelievable to me. Yeah. True. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, he didn't make a pilot. He made a teaser trailer. Sure. If you want to say that, sure. Yes. Sure. Teaser trailer. Yes, we can go with that. So yeah, it's even less than a pilot. Even less than a pilot. That's literally all we pretty much know about this guy. I think people are skeptical due to the America First being a very specific phase. Honestly, I think you could say I can understand the skepticism there. But again, it's just like commission work. I don't know, man. Like, saying America First is obviously not going to be anywhere comparable to any extremes that Nick Fuentes has made. You could say that it could raise eyebrows. Sure. But like, I could totally understand if a person in his young adult years just sees someone say America first as, oh, they're just patriotic and proud of their country, and just move on. I don't think that that's unbelievable or an extreme, like, mental gymnastic I'm presenting here. I think that everything that, like, I think what he's saying is plausible, just as plausible as it is for it to not be true. But personally, I'm going to be good faith because I have no personal experiences with this guy. So yes, he has not given me any reason to not believe his word, is what I'm saying. And if he's not giving me any reason that he's a liar or that he's willing to try to run from controversies, if he's not giving me any reasons for that, I don't see why I can't give him the basic good faith for like his own testimony and story. Now, granted, if there are any contradictions in this, like if people do find things like, political takes around the time he made the art that is matching Nick Fuentes, sure, I could write his excuse out the window, right? I could write that, just throw it to a distance, because then there would be more of an argument to say, well, he's just saying this because he's under pressure. But personally, I have no actual excuses. Well, not just personally, just objectively, I have no excuses of him lying to save his skin. Yeah. But yeah. Ugh. But yeah. So I didn't think it was freelance. It sounds like it was trial period. They had prospective interns go through it. It's debatable whether they paid them, but I've seen actual job listings do it too. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I was literally at uni a couple years ago. Everyone knew it was politically charged as a phrase, so being suspicious is totally fair, but going 100% certain is wrong. Yeah, and you know what? I could agree with that take. I have no issues if you guys come in here with skepticisms. I'm personally just giving the good faith because I've not seen any examples of this guy lying. That's why, if I have no history of this guy lying, I'm going to give basic good faith of, okay, I could take your word for it until something contradicts it. Innocent until proven guilty. That's how I'm going about it. But yes.
He gave for the Nick Fuentes merch. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but no one believes this. Not even fans of Nick Fuentes are gonna believe that. I do think he's sorry, given he's currently spamming explanations for his actions in people's replies.
Sure.
But this entire situation is gonna have to serve as the learning experience of a lifetime. You can't just pop out of nowhere and start throwing hands with other independent artists without thinking things through. Especially...
See, the one thing I would say is, I'm not saying that he didn't expect this, but the guy, if he was gonna come out swinging, he should have been ready for a swing back. That is one thing I will give to Robby. Okay, or Rob. That is one thing I'll give to that guy, for sure. If you're going to come into this swinging, you literally bending the knee is only going to make you look like a cuck. You have to go into this, if you're going to this swinging, you have to go into this fully expecting that you will get clapped back. Fully expecting that you get swung back. And to an extent, I feel like that was like an understanding he would have had. Like, I feel like that he felt like he was going to expect it, but then when it actually happened, it felt a lot different than what he thought it was going to be, which is probably why he freaked out and is doing things recklessly. That's honestly how it looks like to me. That's how it looks. But sure.
When you have very little to show for it. If you're an independent artist, look at Chimptopia and take notes on what not to do. I honestly find the show's existence to be valuable as a learning tool for how not to embarrass yourself and ensure that your show is dead on arrival. Anyway, that's all I got time for today. Apologies for kinda disappearing for nearly 2 months. I have been incredibly busy. Also, yes, that Kiwami free video is still happening. I'm sorry it's taken this long.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know. Personally, I think it does have a timeline's sake. I think it's fine. It does not have the Twitter thread that I went over, at least in full detail. It didn't have the thread basically going through his serious reply. He focused on his joke reply, but I don't know if that was just a problem with timeline here, of the thread just wasn't out yet, or the serious reply wasn't out yet. So I'm willing to just give good faith and put that to the side for now. Personally, I don't agree with throwing things in his face that paint him as a racist while also taking the arc that this is just a learning experience. Look, if you don't believe his response, fair enough, but I personally feel that there were some reaches to try to paint this guy as alt-right, which I don't agree with at all. I don't like doing that at all. I don't think that there's actually strong evidence to suggest that this guy is alt-right. But What I would say is I could agree with the guy's reckless. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He obviously clearly doesn't have a PR team, and he swung and got clapped back and clearly bitched for it. So I think that he expected that he was able to handle it, and then when it came to the actual, came to it actually happening, he clearly couldn't handle it. Right? That would be my takeaway, my honest takeaway. But yeah. Thank you for the 5. Take some cause I felt bad with the comment of saving your OC lore with Cosmic Space Splooge is better than Sasu's daddy issues and Kid Cuck stream. Well, thank you, Zelia. Thank you. God. Ugh. But yeah. I guess I'll like the stream, sigh. Dude, that would be loved, alright? If you guys like the stream, subscribe. That would be really amazing and loved and thought, amazing. Yeah. Beautiful. It would be beautiful. But yeah, no. Like I said, I don't personally have any issues with Cartoon She. I mean, I think I've only chatted with the guy once or twice. But I think that this video, I don't know, I feel like there's things that could have just been done better. I think he should have just held back on, insinuating the guy was a racist. But that's just personally me. But yeah. Anyways. Moving on from that. Oh, thank you for the 2. Team A Space for life? Okay, buddy. I mean, the worst part to me is really does put a bad taste for the first view of the show. Spite isn't really all that interesting to me. Yeah, no, for sure. If you want to have criticisms against, like I said, I don't think you have to like the show. I don't think that you have to, defend it either. Sure. I think you are fully free to dislike it. I just felt like there's mental gymnastic arguments being made and reaches to insinuate that he's worse than he actually is. So that would be my problem with the video. But yeah. Fuck. Voice crack, dude. Yen's contagious. But anyways, yeah. So to kind of just catch up a little bit, we got Otterly Noah here, right? Saying, I've gotten permission to share this information, but for those unaware, I've not been paying back for ad revenue for the people affected by the plagiarism controversy at the start of the year over the past few weeks now. I've been paying back Shamu first, and he's posted about this on Twitter and discussed it on a recent stream as well. I'll link his Twitter post down below. Sorry about it down below. I personally think this is the right move to make amends with those people specifically. I'm glad I've been given I've been glad to maybe fuck, dude. Fuck me. It's so late, and I'm glad I've been given an opportunity to do that. Mr. Most Liked comment over here, Ace Space. What a faggot. I asked him if he's gonna have any receipts for this. So it looks like he's only paid back Shamu specifically. He hasn't really sent anything to prove it, but I don't know. Personally, like I said, I don't exactly trust the guy. But I will say, there is Shamu here saying, Otterly Noah and I have come to an agreement behind the scenes in regards to his plagiarism controversy in my tech tip video. He is at least with me attempting to make amends. Which, okay, now I'm a little bit more inclined to believe Shamu. But I do take this guy's word with a grain of salt. Dude. Where is it? There was another comment that was interesting to me because someone asks about, no, it's not this one. Sorry, not this one. Where is it? Yeah, are you going to pay back Deus, the person that he coerced to fall strike a critic, for throwing her under the bus? Also, as others have stated, stop using any and all of Deus's art. You don't deserve it. I would like to pay her back or just do something for her to make things right. I sent her my accountability video when I made it, and she didn't respond. I imagine my words specifically may not mean anything to you, and at this point I understand why, obviously, but I really do want to make things right with her, especially because she was easily the biggest victim in this. An incredible person and friend that I betrayed. If there is some way I can make things up to her, that she decides, I will gladly take it, but for right now, I'm giving her space. Then I'll reach out again to ask that specifically. I recall you also commenting before you knew Deus in person at some point. So, are you likely aware of how she of all people didn't deserve any of this? It's my fault and my fault alone. Bro. But yeah. Yeah. He never said he would stop using her art. Yeah, no, well, I mean, I guess, it is stills that he's going to use, right? I'm not really expecting him to stop using it, if I'm going to be honest and real. I'm not really shocked. But, yeah, I don't expect him to ever stop it anytime soon. But, with that being said, alright, that being said, let's get into it, okay? Let's get into it, fellas. Don't go out of your way to harass anyone involved in this video. This video is for entertain. Oh yeah, whatever. Let's 1.5 it. 1.25.
Alright, last time we went over the baseline details of the case against Otterly Noah. Our local lovable otter debunking grifters got into some hot water over allegations of plagiarizing. He seemingly took those allegations as a challenge to be worse. After a YouTuber named Callisto made a video criticizing Noah, Noah sent the video to his artist, said to strike it, and instructed her on how to do so.
Right.
He then lied to every party involved and stabbed everyone in the back just for positive relations with the others. Everyone from friends who defended him to the original video creators to the very artist he asked to strike it. No one was safe. Noah's pretense only lasted a few days before the pressure made him crack, and the subsequent livestream was a total demolition of his credibility.
Oh yeah, no, he did change his ad to Noah Divergence. I think, unironically, that was intentional because of the video that was made on him. That kind of comes off to me that Toastify made the video, it's going to get a lot of attention, and he changed it so that people don't try to look up his name. It's not going to work, but you know, good try, good try.
If you've watched part 1, you know that already, so why make part 2? Well, as discussed previously, a few moles inside Noah's Patreon-only Discord server brought up a lot of new information. Everyone's talking about it in there. The leaks, who's leaking the server? Is the leaker this guy? Who is it? Who's the leaker?
It's me.
Leaks need a reason.
Okay, Toastify.
And what you'll find here is a lot.
I likely was being gaslit by Kino and Wargaming Dad, unfortunately. Yeah, probably shouldn't have apologized to them in the accountability video, but I wanted it to feel complete at least. Brother. Dude, you lied to them. You lied to them. How are you still a victim in your own malicious actions? This is actually mind-blowing to me. Thank you for the 5. I hope you are ready for some bars when Toastify shows Troj diss track. Oh god, I think I actually saw that first on the last stream I did.
More of Noah's lies, but also a pure representation of Noah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's showing what this is really about. I think this is another people being mad at it not being canon, people identifying with the character because they remind them of themselves. When I say I want to sue him, well, you did.
Character behind closed doors. We'll be going over everything surrounding the Discord. Some stuff you may have heard of before, others you definitely haven't.
Heyo, glad to see lots of thick women here. And your non-age-gated server, apparently? What the fuck?
Oh my, she could grind meat on those abs.
I'd let her grind mine for sure. Bro. Brother.
Let's get stuck in. Now, we're going to show the real workings of Noah's Discord shortly, but before that, there is some equally interesting stuff that we really need to get into. You're obviously familiar with Deus Marionette, the artist from Noah's community who became his de facto human shield. Deus is not a public figure. In fact, no one could find her until they looked into Noah's server. For a lot of the situation, Noah kept her hidden away.
Is it possible to talk to Deus? I'm streaming right now, hang on. No problem, I got her. Leave Deus alone, please. This is not helping anything. She just called me. Tell others to leave her alone as well, bro.
Because if she talked to anyone else, she'd probably tell them the truth. Then when everything got dragged out into the light and it turns out Noah was shifting the blame onto her...
Bro. I will say here, this girl is wrong, even though it's her art. People using that art in a thumbnail to make a video about you does not go against copyright. I agree, I think she does not understand fair use. You guided her to do it!
He started posturing as if he was protecting her, so the fact Deus was used by Noah to issue this strike has obviously soured her opinions of him. Recently, Deus deleted her DMs, with Noah hopeful that time will fix their relationship. That's true, but I did still mess up with Deus. She's very hurt because of it. She deleted all our DMs on her end too. I hope you two can patch things up. It'll take time, but that's not what Deus is saying. It turns out Noah has been going back and
Oh god, future nightmares, that guy. I know that guy. Oh yeah, I sent that to Wendy Ho. Oh, I know Wendy Ho. As that was sent to me. Just curious what made you delete your messages with Noah and Camelot? At least that's what they're claiming. I don't know if that's actually what happened. I did delete them because Noah was going back and changing his replies to me. I didn't like where that was going because he already sent me messages out of context, so I screenshot everything and removed my messages. Fair enough.
Interactively editing his replies to her to reduce the amount of lies. We know that Noah lied about not having involvement in the...
Oh shit, Deus is my PNG artist. She made my PNGs I use in my videos. I originally sent her Calestro's videos. That would probably be the best option there, if I'm being honest. It is ultimately her art, so it's out of my hands. He could talk to her through her email.
The copyright strike against Callisto, but little did we know, he also lied about knowing who Kinoflex was. Do you know this person? Used my art for their video too. Uh-oh, no I don't. Noah has now changed this DM to say, I know them, yes. So the reason Deus deleted the DMs isn't because of some soured relationship, it's because Noah was actively changing his own words.
Bro! Dude, that's so bad. That's so bad. Dude, that's so evil.
In a desperate attempt to cover up more lies. Now, we have the current logs of Noah and Deus' DMs. A lot of Deus' parts are deleted, so take your mandatory grains of salt, but we can gauge a lot from this. We have the guide that Noah gave to Deus, as well as him telling her to post this onto Blue Sky as proof she made the art. We also have this alternate history lawsuit that was never meant to be.
Once I have a screenshot and confirmation from him, I could probably threaten Callisto with legal action. Reached out to Pillar of Garbage as well, since Callisto made this insidious claim that I plagiarized him. What a malicious little Weasley snake did. Holy fuck.
He won't. I've got him bodied on Twitter right now. If he does anything to you, tell me right away. I can easily take legal action against him for lying about me in that video as well. Yep, definitely. Most people are in agreement he's lying on Twitter, if it helps you feel better. I'd say respond to this email and let him know your thoughts. Okay, sounds good. I ended up speaking to this guy Kinoflex privately, by the way. He said he was sorry about using your art in the thumbnail without permission. He says he will change his thumbnail. Yeah, he seems to be understanding, which is good. Yeah, I told him to let folks know to check with you first before your art is used. Oh, I'm just getting word there that everything just said there was a lie. Kinoflex actually never said anything about apologizing, changing the thumbnail, or telling people to check with Deus first. Noah never brought that up, and just fabricated that on the spot. We are now able to see Deus' replies for this brief section. Haha, yeah. Still nothing from Callisto. Huh, weird. What did he post? Also, how would he get my email? He just posted something like, my video on ProZD and Noah might be in trouble. I'm gonna try and make contact with someone. Something really vague like that. Weird. Also, by the way, are you able to call? Okay, cool. My friend Simon was wondering about it too. Yeah, they were wondering about the whole thing with the art. Hey Deus, someone is wondering about the art stuff as well. Would you be alright if I sent them a snippet of the call with Simon? Not the full thing if you're uncomfortable with that, but just the specific part with you clarifying it was resolved with Callisto. Not sure why so many people are interested when it was dealt with privately. Okay, that's fair. I am annoyed too. Now the clip he's referring to here is the recording of the call with Deus that we have. Technically, this is not a lie because he does include the part where she says she resolved it with Callisto. But what he doesn't tell her is the preamble he includes, which totally implicates her as the chief party involved. Take a listen.
Well, look, I don't post on YouTube. I have nothing to do with that community, so to know that people are using my work to promote their stuff is kind of shocking to me, because I post no videos. I don't know who any of these people are, so for me, it's a no-go. So for you to tell me that someone using my work, that I have no idea who they are, never seen these videos, never consented to their opinions, it's like I'm promoting their work.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, I get what you're saying. So, like I said, I'll actually, I'm sorry, honestly, if I actually, said something that might have actually been off of there, so.
Well, me and him have resolved it. He's removed it. I've removed the claim because he's taken the art off, and yeah, I don't know why anyone else is getting involved in this.
Like taking a bit to retract the claim, because you sent the email. Yeah, apparently YouTube servers are just slow. I've never seen this stuff too much before, so still learning too. But glad they will stop now. Will they? I think so. If nobody gives them attention, they will only keep going if someone responds. That's why I blocked some of the drama accounts on Twitter. Callisto also made a public post saying he's moving on. So if he goes back on that, it only makes him look bad. After other people start talking, the penny drops. It turns out the actual reason that Noah conceded isn't because of the stress on Deus, it's because Deus caught him with his pants down after everyone else began peddling his lies. You told me you didn't know Kinoflex. He's posting saying you've sent him messages that I did this all on my own. Can you admit that you approached me about this takedown? I'll call you after stream. You threw me under the bus. What the
Dude, oh no. See, this is, I don't know why Noah thought that this was a good idea, right? You intentionally try to manipulate someone. Well, you didn't just try to, you did. You manipulated them into striking their video, right? And even guided and walked them through it. And somehow, you thought that that was never going to come out. Right? You thought that that was never going to come out. In fact, not only did you never think that that was going to come out, you started blaming them. And you try to play this game where you tell one side one thing and the other another thing. And you do it all in DMs where people are screenshotting it and showing objective cases of you being a lying little weasel. How the fuck did you think that this was going to work? How the fuck? It's mind-blowing, actually. If I'm going to be honest. All this literally could have been avoided if you just ignored a video that was critical of you. If I'm going to be real, man. You could have. Because I'm going to be also honest, right? Just the fact that you had it striked gives the mentality of, oh, there's something in there that is clearly, that's damaging to you. Why else would you want to get striked? You have single-handedly given Callisto a lot more attention by just having someone try to tactically strike it for you. It's actually mind-blowing how avoidable this whole mess was if you just shut the fuck up and move on. But no, you gotta use your little artist as like a little puppet and try to get the strike for you. KinoFlex reviews. Doom scrolling has brought me here. He knew her for 3 years before this too. Fair enough. Also, what's good, KinoFlex? Oh, dude, this is just fucking mind-blowing to me, dude. I never understand people that try to be master manipulators. It always comes out, bro. It always does. Every case, we see it come out. I don't know, man. This is mind-blowing to me. But yeah, I digress.
I did not. I will explain after stream, because I'm confused right now. Did you send him messages from our conversation? No. That is why I'm confused seeing that. That's another lie, by the way.
Bro! Hold on.
No. That is why I'm confused seeing that. That's another...
How did that get there? Oh, actually, you may be right. Oh yeah, no, I remember seeing these going over the last time. Bro. What the fuck? I've just never seen a manipulator get caught in such hardcore 4K. This is so bad. What, did you just think that people were just not going to talk? It blows it blows my mind whether it happens with IA or Jar or anybody else that they just have these assumptions that people just don't talk to each other. And it's like, you really thought that they weren't going to, like, keep in contact. You clearly got worried when War Gaming Dad was going to reach out to Davis and just be told the fucking truth. Oh, don't do it. It just makes things worse. Yeah, you were clearly trying to gatekeep your artist. But, like, realistically, how long did you think you were going to pull up that ruse? Eventually, that was going to come out. Like, this is so fucking insane to me that you thought that this was going to work. You're such a fucking idiot, dude. Fuck. Dead City? Yikes. Dead City? I'm probably going to be doing a stream that involves yourself later, so... Yeah. If you ever want to, like, debate later, then, yeah, let me know.
The lie, by the way. This all led to a private call between Deus, Noah, KinoFlex, Callisto, and their mutual friend Jan as well. Keen listeners will actually know that the call leaked from last video was this mythical call. Apparently, everyone in this call actively wants this recording released. Everyone except Noah. Now, I could pour over this call for ages, but it's an hour long, and to be honest...
No hate to the artist, but I hate this Ransona, sure.
It is just people yelling at Noah for an hour, which is funny, but I'm not really interested in it for the video. So if you want to check it out for yourself, there's a link in the description. What really stood out to me from this was how Deus speaks in this call. The entire importance of this whole segment is that we've never really gotten a huge window into Deus' perspective on this whole situation. A lot of it has mostly been guarded and warped by Noah, and Deus hasn't been too keen herself because she doesn't want to be a public figure. She's been dragged into the light unnecessarily.
There's nothing to talk about, but go for it. Honestly, Dead City, I wouldn't be speaking so confidently. But sure.
Necessarily used as a fall guy, you can tell here she's just had enough.
Why make the copyright claim in the first place? Just because...
Because Noah suggested I do a copyright strike.
I did not... Well, I gave that suggestion. I did not specifically command her to do that, though.
And then you gave me the link to how to copyright strike.
Art taken down.
You gave me the link on how to do a copyright strike takedown after.
I'm just a little confused as to why it would get to that go to that extreme.
Don't ask me, ask Noah. He's the one who sent me the link. He's the one who gave me Callisto's name, and he's the one who provided me the link on how to do a copyright claim takedown. And he said he would walk me through. You said you would walk me through the process to do it. I told you I didn't want to, and I didn't want people coming after me.
Wait, no, you didn't say that.
I said I was afraid that Callisto.
Why are you just lying here, bro? Like, the DMs are there. Is there anything you want to discuss about me that isn't pre-Joe Biden that I regret and already say I fucked up for doing? I mean, obviously it'd be about your footprint. What else would it be about? Like, I mean, come on, man. Come on. Like, what do you think it would be about? just just talking about our lovely days. Like, what the fuck did you think it would be about? But yeah. Anyways.
So was going to come after me, and you said don't worry about it.
But like, Deuce, like, what would your like ideal resolution to this be?
I honestly didn't really care. I was just brought into this. For me, he can post the video. I didn't care.
I thought you cared about him using your art, though.
No, but you're the one who brought it to me and said he was using it for a racist purpose.
Because when I saw the art there, I kind of freaked out. I went to Deus and told her about that. Okay, so yeah, that matters because when we originally talked, like you said that you didn't know anything about like the person who did the copyright.
Really? You told them you had no idea.
When did I say that? You said that you knew the person, but you said that you didn't tell them to copyright claim Kless's video. I didn't tell her specifically to do that. I just told her the process.
Which was a lie.
How comfortable on a scale of 1 to 10 are you with making any public appearances in like a stream or a video?
I honestly don't appear on anything. I just want to be invisible on the internet. So this has been very stressful.
Yeah, so then,
I feel very used right now. In a battle that I had nothing to do with.
I was trying to look out for you because I've had a similar experience like this before.
You were not looking out for them, bro. You were not looking out for them. You were trying to use them, bro. No, not even just trying to. You just did, right? This reframing is not going to work when you have like DMs that are holding you dead to right. Okay, like that's insane.
Okay, but the outcome has hurt everyone in this call.
Yes. No, like I defended you. Like I took you at your word that you didn't know anything about this, but it turns out you liked me. I did. When did I say I didn't know anything about this?
One thing I want to note here is responsibility. Immediately after this call, Noah will debate responsibility, saying that he wasn't responsible for the strike against Callisto. And having now finally seen as much of the DMs as I'm physically able to, I think the idea is completely untrue. How can you say that you don't have any responsibility when you show her the video, tell her what to do, show her how to do it, keep her away from anyone else, lie to her to keep the strike going, discuss your own legal options against the person she struck? Anyone that does not think Noah is a huge liar in the situation against everyone involved is either delusional and or named Otterly Noah. Even in the aftermath, Noah has been allergic to taking responsibility, and inside his Discord he's blaming everyone else. According to Noah, Wargaming Dad and Kinoflex are now evil neurotypicals who gaslight and kick down the poor, helpless, and most importantly, autistic Otterly Noah. Deus Marinette was actually just gaslighting him the entire time. Hey, remember when this guy told Kinoflex the whole situation was out of his hands, or when he told Wargaming Dad the strike just happened?
Oh, thank you for the 2. Dead City, friend of the channel. Lol? Yeah. I don't think you're banned from my server, Dead City. I definitely did kick you because of, like, you know, you posting Lio's house as, like, your Twitter banner. But, yeah, no. Yeah. I digress. Let's keep going.
Now apparently out of nowhere. Just reminding you. Oh, Anthony Gramigula has cut ties with me? That must be because Dickers and Kinoflex influenced him into this hatred. Give me a break. None of this had anything to do with autism. There's no point roping all autistic people as a part of your motivations. This isn't like lying to protect people's feelings. You were openly running 2 separate narratives at the exact same time to parties that you pitted against each other. You had the biggest interest in seeing that video go down by any means. You instigated this whole thing by getting the video taken down in the first place. So please, don't use what you have to make yourself a victim and act like this is something that comes with.
Yeah, so ended up scrolling up and seeing this. Yeah, Wargaming Dad is neurotypical, bro. Neurotypical or neurodivergent, everyone could call you like a manipulative liar. Like your actions are just objectively that. This is such cope, bro. Brother. He could sorry, no, Sneaky, you gotta say she. She could join for one-on-one interview with you, A-Space. Yeah. No, yeah, Dead City could definitely, you know, join the server and we could have a chat. I mean, if we wanted to have a chat today, I guess I could derail. But I don't know if they're still in the chat. But I don't think they're banned from my server. I checked and they're not in my ban list, so. Sleepy time streams with Ace, let's go, chat. Thank you for the 2, Mac.
Autism? Because it's not. And if you are going to say that your friends were influenced against you, maybe don't send a message prior admitting to trying to influence someone else.
Bro. In my defense, nobody would have known Lio's house was the photo of my Twitter banner if he didn't post about it. Dead City, join my server at this point, dude. What the fuck kind of defense was that? Yeah, no, I intentionally used the house, but like nobody would have known about it though, low-key. Nobody would have known about. What the fuck was that, bro? What the fuck? Just join my server. we could have a little bit of a chat. But yeah, fucking hell.
Now, one thing I neglected to mention in my first video was Noah's history of copyright strikes. My main purpose was to get down to the brass tacks of the situation and put it as plainly as possible, which is why I didn't really go into detail about the fact that this wasn't Noah's first copyright rodeo. A couple months prior to Calesto's video, Noah had some issues with a longtime Discord mod of his called the Gaming Truge. Truge lost that position because he was fighting with another person called Cherry, all starting from an argument on whether being gay is a choice or it's decided by birth. Truge ended up making 3 diss tracks on Cherry under the name DJ Snow, and the lyrical content here really leaves a lot to be desired.
Bang, 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 DJ Snow, back with the bang, dinosaur hunter, we're back with my dragon fame, you are no place to play.
Bro. I'm saying if he really cared, he wouldn't broadcast that I posted his house on his YouTube channel. Why? How does that take away from your intentions of doing it? What? Dog, let's just have it back and forth rather than just... let's have it back and forth on a call rather than just in here. If you want to, like, add my tag, it should be Ace Howler. Hold on. Can I just show it? Let me see. Does streamer mode let me show it? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Let me just look it up on my phone, and I'll just type it in chat. If you want to have a chat. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Himpleton, for the raid. Thank you, Himpleton, for the raid. I mean, the dude doxed himself. Okay, so that made it fair game for you to use? Like, what is this argument, bro? Like, dog. Okay, bro. So it should be Ace Howler with 2 R's. So, just in case you can't spell that, just because, you know, it might be spelled a little bit odd. Ace Howler. I'm typing it in chat for you, pal. Okay. I'm not joining your server, lol. Well, lucky for you, Ace Clips Calls 180 just posted my tag in chat. So you could add me for a guaranteed one-on-one. So you don't have to join my server. But hey, that's up to you. So we'll keep going.
My games, you gotta drop my Jurassic Park, hitting up countless Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
Now, Noah has accused Truge of harassing Cherry through various means. He's publicly claimed Truge has gotten other friends to target Cherry and insult her as well as her viewership on YouTube. Horrific stuff. However, the only evidence Noah shows are these, frankly, crap diss tracks.
So here's the 50 seconds of fame. Thank you for giving me an excuse to rap on the mic, yeah. You're no different than Shadow Flare, twisting the story when I'm away, attacking others using my name when all I want to do is play games. Now you're gonna taste my blade. You're gonna taste my blade.
Is there anyone who actually listens to this and is actually insulted by it? No, obviously not. If this...
The argument is, I don't care about posting his house. He clearly doesn't care I posted his house. If he did, he wouldn't spread around info of where to find his PII. I mean, if that's going to be your statement to run, you can be like a little bitch and run, or you could have like a one-on-one conversation with myself. Your choice. Your call.
This was directed at someone in my community, at a push, I'd block them and move on, and that's being generous. But not to Noah, no, this is like the 50 Cent of the Otterly Noah Discord community. When Truge posted another diss track against Noah for his support of Cherry, Noah called in the equivalent of an orbital strike by getting the video taken down via copyright. Well, not directly, he'll want me to clarify that. Noah noticed that Truge was using art that one of Noah's mods named Camelot Bard had made for him. He then went to Camelot, told them he was using the art, and they went to another mod named Otteronio Otterson, who told him to use the copyright system. This is where the idea for Noah striking Calesto came from. But let's not act like it was just Camelot's template that Noah mindlessly used. In his stream made a few days later, Noah publicly asserted the copyright strike was fair, despite the thumbnail clearly falling under fair use. Noah's only justification was that Camelot doesn't want to be associated with Truge anymore, which is a fine feeling, but not really a good legal defense.
This is art that Camelot made for Truge before she found out about all of this, and that's why she cut ties with him too. And she doesn't want her art being used on something like this, that is intentionally targeting someone and being malicious. I really appreciated him reaching out and helping her figure this out, honestly, because I could imagine that was probably a scary situation. Like, she didn't want to be inadvertently linked to something like that. I don't blame her. Yep, again, like, Camelot has all the rights to that art. She was completely in her right to take it down. She doesn't want to be associated with you. She has all the rights to do that. Don't act like she didn't have any rights to do that.
I don't really agree with the argument that, like, if you make art and someone uses your art, that you have both of your political opinions tied to each other. Or just opinions in general, your ideologies tied to each other. I think that that's a dumb argument, and if anyone makes that, it's just an excuse to do guilt by association. And I don't like doing guilt by association like that. So, like, not just in general. I don't traditionally like to do that. Obviously, if someone's a pedophile, zoophile, extreme, yada, 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 sure. But no, this is just This is just dumb. To strike someone for this? No, that's dumb.
Noah wasn't as responsible for striking the video as he had been with Deus. The similarities between the two situations are uncanny. You can even see Noah coordinating with Camelot on what Blue Sky post to put up. Why do these artists immediately comply with this? Probably because in both DMs, this bigger YouTuber slides over the idea of these artists being guilty by association. If they said they didn't care about it, would he go after them? Maybe that's what these artists were thinking. Again, both these people were from Otterly Noah's core community. After this, Noah then essentially argued with the only person who covered the situation, that being a 100-sub streamer named Wendy Ho. Wendy Ho later confronted Noah and stated he was never even told Noah had shown the artist the video in the first place. So yet again, another of the countless people he lied to. Now you may be thinking, why is this happening? Who cares? Who gives a fuck about this random Discord mod turncoat?
Dude, Wendy Ho is kind of base, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've only had like that one conversation on stream and some chats, but like, dude, they like got the DMs to leak with Otterly Noah and Anthony by just being like, dude, you should definitely do it. Like that, dude, that was fucking peak, bro. That was, dude, honestly based. But yeah, I digress.
Who makes terrible diss tracks? And that's a good question. Why did Noah even get involved in this? It could be from an extreme care for his Discord community, but from the way that Noah was so proactive about this, I can only assume that Truge's diss track actually made him ass mad. After all, Truge only got a strike after he spoke about Noah, and Noah went on a tirade, accusing him of harassment without any evidence shown so far, posting to his community tab and streaming about him. It seems like a lot of work against some small channel that used to be a Discord mod, work that has allegedly gotten Truge harassed in return. So official headcanon is that this had steam coming out of Noah's ears when he first heard it.
We can go back and forth like a tough war. We posting videos while you hide them forth. Back them all up. Now people know you crazy. Not understanding spectrums, it's amazing.
I could imagine that was probably a scary situation. Like,
now you got...
Okay, just to be gay a little bit more, I went to go find Dead City's tag, so I did all the work for you, little bro. I added you myself, so... yeah, either you run or we chat. But yeah, you choose. Anyways.
That crap is really funny, multi-K subs, now that is very interesting. You both are obsessed with me, but Cherry speaks out publicly. Noah hides behind other people to do his dirty laundry.
Alright, finally, I've delayed and delayed. Let's talk about the Discord server. Whilst the copyright strike situation was breaking news, me and the boys back at the lab decided to have a look into Noah's paywall Discord server. Most of the credit here goes to Nicandros and Future Nightmares for their stellar investigation and archiving. Once called the River Pups, this server now goes by Noah's neurodivergent nest. Can't lie, the first name was better. Due to a complaint of too much drama going on, many members have since left, with Noah begging people to stop bringing it up. Despite that, he has continued to talk about drama and uses Discord server as a personal venting place. When agents N and F arrived on the scene, Noah's Discord was already on lockdown. We got in like the last helicopter out of Saigon. We would later learn that allegedly, Noah's first draft for his public...
I'm not reacting to anything said, and none you should either. It's only encouraging it. Also, for the love of God, stop bringing up drama in general chat. It's only making more people leave. Lol?
Apology was actually made by one of his mods. Yet that wasn't what initially caught our eyes. One of the strangest things we noticed was that Noah's Discord didn't have an age...
Okay. It looks like Dead City accepted... Fuck, I'm leaking everyone's DMs. So good. So good. Yeah, it looks like Dead City accepted it. Okay. Yeah, we're just leaking J7s. Dead City. Wave. Hey, buddy. Let me know when you're free.
There was no rule saying that anyone under the age of so-and-so will be banned from the server. You might think, well, it is a Patreon server, the little kids are filtered out from there, but it's not really a Patreon server. For a long while, Noah's server was open to the public. He even told Deus this in their DMs, and to this day, some of the old videos still have the Discord link around. It was only pretty recently when he made it a Patreon server. Things got even weirder when we found an old message of Noah knowingly letting a 12-year-old onto his server. This was a while back, but I'm pretty sure Discord TOS requires you to be 13 to join at least. What we would later find is that between 2022 and 2025, Noah's Discord server had no restrictions on age, and yet sexual content was allowed. Not entirely explicit, but lewd pictures and especially lewd art. Turns out Noah himself used to be a bit of a gooner back in the day. Noah had a guy on the server who would just tag him over and over with sexual drawings of Zelda, especially Shantae, and the chick from Star Fox, and he would either react or give a reply like, I'd love to rub her lamp.
What the fuck?
She needs the original shirt, with an otter on it. New shirt easier to redraw. Ha ha ha. Darn. So much for my thick women I can take to Neverland. I mean, I snuck pixie wings on her too. I sort of have a style with the characters I draw shirts. Good. She can be my Tinkerbell. Listen, this guy was no bronze level beater back in the day. In fact, if you look back at Noah's old gaming streams, you can find some amazing clips.
What? You've been sent to the 1920s with both of you? Hey, yo. I'd like to get sent to the 1920s with you, Chun-Li. And especially, more on our noir story together, right? I can play detective. You can play femme fatale. I want those ties.
What grown man needs 4 functioning lightsabers?
Probably the same guy who has 6 different figurines of all of his waifus. Actually, make that
The money is to Wario what Chun-Li is to me. And any thick-thighed dummy mommy female, pretty much, yeah. You could advertise his school by saying, hey, there's plus-size woman here. Also has great taste in waifus, like Chun-Li and all the thick-thighed queens we like to see. Yeah, I mean, just like thick women in general are the best, I must say. Chun-Li's one of the best because of that.
Noah.
She's a queen.
Thanks,
She
Noah.
can crush me with those thighs any day. And it's a shame.
Dude, this guy's like a turbo gooner. Go. Yeah, I mean, like, Chun-Li's pretty cool, I guess. Lol. Dude, I feel like I'm going through, like, Cam Nuggets again, bro, but, like, more malicious. This is insane.
I can't add Chun-Li because it's not Fox or your plus-size woman today because they're awesome and they're the best. You know, the incredible love you can receive from a plus-size woman today. Just call your local... No, I can't say that.
To be honest, I think this is better than his current content. I mean, there's no politics in Goonin. We can even trace his undying love for the Tron series from here. Although I must warn you, it's not from where you'd expect.
We can't let innocent people get hurt here. You guys look like the innocent people to us. Oh, I love that. I don't know. If they were, would they have enormous weapons on them? You know, it's a valid point, Tron. Why do they keep showing your cake? Dang it. What is this game? There we go. That's great. What does the matter, Miss Tron? Wow, even that shot shows it off, too. Do all the shots of her just show that? That shot of hers is so good. They show exactly what people like, the dumpy.
The same guy who has 6 different figurines of all of his waifus.
No, stop. I know the Mega Man character's 14. I knew exactly where that was going. Fuck. No, fuck. Otterly Gooner. Fuck. Ah, dude. It's over. We're fucking cooked, bro. Nope, please, this is, yeah. Yeah, bro was literally fucking frothing at the mouth over that 14-year-old character. Fuck.
Thankfully, there was a glimpse of the old Noah in that stream with Dickers.
Wait, this Emma Sky Fots in the courtroom. You reported it for sexual content. Isn't this like an anime character?
Because I did not want that on my shorts feed. Oh, I think Wendy they want to talk here specifically. I'm assuming you're talking about the whole thing with the Camelot Bard situation, Wendy, specifically.
I'm glad we watched this. This was really necessary.
Sorry,
there's a lot about right-wing media.
This guy in 2021.
It does. Fuck, dude, this guy's a turbo gooner. Holy fuck. Okay, so yeah, just as a little mini update, guys, just so I don't have to show the whole thing and yada yada. I mean, I already kind of did, but whatever. Just so you guys know, Dead City said it's 1 a.m., so I can't VC without waking up my husband. Didn't know you were married, but anyways. Then I say, so you can't talk right now. I'm open to schedule something in the future then. And they said, I might be free tomorrow, but I'm not promising I'm staying for a full stream. You could say I'm a coward or running for that, but like, I don't really care. Well, don't worry. You are kind of a, not just kind of, you are a coward, you are running, I won. We move on. Anyways.
Tipster is like Messi and Ronaldo in the levels of gooning. Now, what am I trying to say here? This guy shouldn't be going to the Jerkmate Grand Slam? No, the original point is that at this time, Noah was pretty clearly supportive of sexual content on his Discord server. That's fine, but doing it in a Discord server without any age restriction is kind of a huge oversight. Like, this is like softcore at some points. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world just to like put an age restriction on. Now, I was initially just going to leave this in as a funny bit and a nod to Noah to probably fix things until an anonymous user of Noah's server came forward. Among other things, including the toxic nature of the server, he reported that when he was 16, a nearly 30-year-old moderator showed him an NSFW website on the server. This moderator is alleged to be Otterly Noah, who, just to be clear, is a different person to Otterly Noah. This guy was later removed from the server for an unrelated reason. At this point, I felt Noah needed to at least know about this. I don't like the guy, but it's also his server, and he has the power to implement change. Plus, if I held onto something like this just for an own, what kind of man would I be? So I told Future, who contacted Noah and told him about the findings. In response, Noah pointed out that a lot of the art was shown.
Okay. I must thank you for your due diligence on locating these posts on my server. However, these posts appear to be all from 2024. Our no NSFW material rule was actually implemented in 2025, largely due to people like NX. The user you've highlighted here posted in the Shantae art and others much too frequently to the point where it made me personally uncomfortable with how frequently it was being posted. Some users were actually kicked due to continuing to post this type of imagery. After the rule was implemented, NX being one of them, I also will state for the bouncing GIF you've shown here, this was actually swiftly deleted after GM Commanded posted as one of the first posts on my server. I find it very curious you're picking out specifically a post that was deleted quickly, and also not up for very long. Out of curiosity, what made you select this as an example? Well, clearly they were sent it. It's not being selected. Like, if you said it was swiftly deleted back in 2024, clearly someone screenshotted and gave it, right? Like, that's... Duh. Thank you for making me aware of this claim as well. Otterly Noah is no longer in the server and hasn't been in quite some time, but I'll look into the claim when I receive a free moment. That's probably just going to be like, he's not going to. I'm going to be honest. That's just how it comes off. You're not looking into it. But yeah. Ugh, fuck.
From 2024, when the no NSFW material rule for the server was placed in 2025. This confirms that there was a point in time where 12-year-olds were openly let into a public server with no rules on NSFW. Noah does make a point of saying that this rule has been changed, due to people like this NX person posting this kind of art too frequently to the point of discomfort. Noah even says that's why this person was kicked, because they kept posting sexual content. He was also made aware of the Otterly stuff, and is working on upping his server boundaries to 18+. Now I wanted to double check this with messages from the server itself. First of all, Noah says these examples are just from 2024, before the rule was implemented. Right. However, we have tons of other examples with Noah reacting most of the time, and a lot of these are posted in 2025. The last of these is as far as December 2025.
So he lied. So that was almost bleeding into 2026. So yeah, surprise, he lied.
From what I understand, the no NSFW rule was initially applied in early 2024. Inferred from
and then he lied. Okay, this guy's a fucking little weasel. Anything to save his credibility.
From his messages about a ban on NSFW art, and specifically keeping content family-friendly / PG-13. However, by around July, the ban was relaxed, and stayed that way for ages.
Oh, hold on. Dude, thank you for the art. Hold on, let me scroll up. This is made by Crow. Guys. I'm space. I'm nebulating out right now, dude. I'm awesome. Evil stuff happening. It's pretty high quality, yeah, pretty good stuff. Yeah, we continue.
Even if we go by Noah's story that this rule was implemented in 2025, and people like NX were kicked soon after due to them continuing to post, the timelines still don't add up. NX's last lewd post was in December 2025, which Noah reacted to positively. He even said NX was an amazing friend around the same time. NX's last post in general was in January 2026, but there is a month gap between his last sexual post and his last post ever. So unless there's been some deletions, the reason for him being removed may have had nothing to do with the no NSFW rule. And that's if he was even removed at all. When we got into contact with Camelot, Noah's Discord mod, they said they always thought NX had just left on his own. After double checking audit logs and Discord channels, Camelot confirmed there was no discussion at all about removing NX. And that is really unusual, because Noah's mod team was very vocal about their actions. We have logs of Otterly Noah, for example, getting his mod posts removed because he was changing people's nicknames. So do you not think if a long-time user and, quote, amazing friend of Noah's was violating the new NSFW rules, the moderators would talk about it? Even a mere mention? Or did he leave on his own and Noah lied to make it seem like he'd already taken action? After hearing this, me and Future decided to dig into the server more and see what we could find. 5th of November 20...
I just don't understand the concept of people lying about something that is just objectively verifiable. Literally, they have the logs. Why the fuck would you try to spin a narrative? And you could say, even if you try to give the good faith of, oh, I forgot, check with the dates, then respond. Are you a fucking idiot? You lied about when the NSFW rule was implemented. You lied about when the art stopped being posted. You lied about taking action. Why do you do this to yourself? You lie about things with intense screenshots to prove it. I don't... I don't understand. It's actually mind-blowing. Fuck, dude. Fuck.
2024, Otterly Noah, a moderator, offered to send another person NSFW in the server privately. This other person is an adult, to be fair, but this was a public offer made on the channel. We found that there were a fair few minors active on Noah's server. Some of them were also pretty active in the art channel, posting next to NX's horny posts. In some cases, they posted NSFW themselves. On the 28th of February 2025, a 15-year-old artist posted semi-gory drawings of a human body without skin and light artistic nude. Noah seems to think that NSFW means only related to sexual stuff, which is why there's no ban on any of this. This is why his server also has a vent channel where users express thoughts about again, a channel that is openly accessible to minors. All you have to do is get the role Neurospectacular. Though it doesn't advertise vent channels directly, it's packaged in with a bundle of neurodivergent related topics. Now, to be clear, I do not think Noah is a PDF file or whatever. However, through his irresponsibility, he created a place that may have led to minors being exposed to sexual content. Putting an age gate in a Discord server is just really easy to do. But if he properly banned...
Honestly, you know what this is reminding me of? It's almost 1-to-1. Dude, Dude, it's giving me fucking flashbacks, man. Like, honestly, dude. Like, dude, this is, dude, this is, where is it? This is me right now, okay? This is me, okay? It's reminding me a lot of the Psy stuff. It's genuinely reminding me a lot of the Psy Scribble stuff, to be honest with you. Like, because she created a server that was essentially a danger to minors. Adults were talking heavily sexually around minors. However, you could probably say Psy was worse. But like, dude, it's giving me insane flashbacks, bro. It's so fucked up. It's actually so fucking fucked up, bro. Fuck. But anyways, yeah, same sphere. True. Both media reviewers. Fuck.
NSFW, there may have been no need to. Some of the art posted is fairly normal, but there is a sizable portion that's pretty sexualized and risque, not much clothes on, or it focuses heavily on a specific part of the body. NSFW could be a fairly flexible tag, but you know what isn't? Family friendly. And I can't even say maybe it went under the radar, because it didn't. The art was very clearly on the radar, because Noah reacted to it all the time. He got tagged in tons of the posts. When NX posted a link to some obvious YouTube EPI channel, Noah's there with him. NX posted so much art, people made joking remarks that the server should be called a Shantae Sanctuary. And that's not even mentioning how bad of an idea the vent channel is. Listen, you want to have a vent channel? Fine. But the fact it was on a server with no age restrictions for so long is a red flag. The fact it was so easily accessible is another red flag. This doesn't mean the server is a dedicated NSFW haven, let me be clear on that, but parts of it are so willfully careless. It's not like this was just some unmoderated hellhole. Was banned, for example. People got final warnings, but Noah let this slide. I think he knew back then he was wrong, but just decided to ignore it because he liked the art, you know what I'm saying? He was debunking his little griffly bear. Noah knows this looks bad for him. Okay. It's why I think his recent statement to me in future has been so blurry in its details, and why I think he may have exaggerated his involvement in policing it. Again, why does he say the no NSFW rule was implemented in 2025? Why does he say NX was violating the rules and making him uncomfortable when he clearly wasn't uncomfortable? Why does he say NX was kicked when another mod has checked the logs and said he wasn't? If you did kick NX, where's the final warning you've given to so many others?
True. Unironically. Thank you, Middleman, for the 2. If Ace had a nickel for every time. Wow, that sounds familiar too. Yeah, kinda. Like, it's fucking insane to me.
If he was removed over the NSFW stuff, why wasn't he banned? Because kicking will remove them from the server, but it keeps all their messages. Now, during these messages, you might see the name Anthony Grimicula.
Woo! Dude, my boy! My fucking boy! Dude, this guy, man. This guy. I will be watching his Remnant video, and I fully intend to have a conversation with this guy. I did talk about this on K-Hawk, but you know what? I might as well just show it here too. Right? Just because I've only saw a clip, admittedly so, right? I've only saw like clips and parts and pieces. I want to watch the full video before I actually have a proper debate. To be completely fair. However, dog, I am going to respond to this real quick just because this guy's such a little weasel, bro. This guy's such a little fucking weasel. Dude, look at this. All right? Get a load of this. Hold on. Like, look at this shit right here. So, I'm gonna... This is a clip from his video. All right?
What you're saying right now is a lie. And you know you can get away with it because your audience won't watch me. Oddly enough, when this video dropped, multiple commentary channels that
Dickers,
Remnant later references in the video all dropped live streams reacting to his video. I didn't watch any, so I can't tell you what they talk about or what's discussed.
I pay attention to that. I didn't watch any, so I can't talk about like what. Yeah, I can't. Fuck. I'm fucking up the quote, but pay attention to that.
Jenny. So I
didn't watch any.
Tell you what they talk about or what's discussed.
So I can't tell you what they talk about or discuss. Now watch this.
However, the sentiment I heard from them was that they focused entirely on what Remnant said, taking his word entirely on that matter.
So you haven't watched it, but we just took his side entirely. You know what's amazing too? He frames it like we only watch Remnant's video. I'm not sure about Hippleton or Dickers. I haven't watched it. Someone could probably vouch for them in the chat. But I watched Anthony Grimigalia's first video. Then I watched Remnant's video. Because it's only fair to do so. I had criticisms of Remnant because I didn't really agree with everything that he said. Because personally, and I've said this before, I think that once you start to go into the territory of generalizing a whole group into like a one ideology or concept can be very gay and it opens up the door to sides cuckery very easily. We've chatted about this, okay? We've chatted about this. But you know what? Remnant didn't pound sand when he came in here. We had a little wholesome chat, a little civil chat, right? Like, it was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. But no, he has to basically say that we're all Remnant sweepers to instantly discredit us when it comes to having conversations or engaging with us in the future. I know for a fact that when I engage with this guy later, it's going to be like, oh, it's just a Remnant sweeper, bro. Remnant sweeper. Oh, Blackish sweeper. Dude, how can you make a stance or take on my content when you also self-admitted to not watching it? That's very interesting. Because apparently, guys, I'm the bad guy for acknowledging a rumor's existence, disagreeing with it, and giving an alternative to it, right? I'm the bad guy for that. But this guy could say that he could watch my content and, not watch my content and make a claim about it like he did. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. So yeah. Yeah, no. Fuck me, man. Fuck me. But yeah, I just wanted to... I'll play the rest of it. There's only 3 seconds left.
Remnant's goal was to offer a substitute.
Yeah, so it seems like he's also, to my understanding, trying to frame it like Remnant went around behind the scenes to try to perpetuate his own narrative. Because even in the messages, like in the group chat I'm in, trying to set up the debate, Anthony made it sound like that his video was going to be very eye-opening. Now again, I agreed to watch his video first before engaging with him in conversation because that's only fair to do. I put all your takes out there, fine, whatever, right? Sure, fair enough. But eye-opening? I mean, you guys are beefing with each other and have disagreements, and I honestly, watching just your original video, I still have the same take that you didn't even engage with his arguments but made up your own to fight those. That was still my take by just watching your raw video, not even Remnant's coverage, but your video. I was saying that. If you actually, it's just saying, if you watch my stream, you would see that I did that. But apparently, you didn't watch it. But you're making claims like you did. You're making claims like you did. So yeah, no. I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to be honest. I don't think that this guy is very trustworthy and truthful with how he approaches things. I think that he does try to write people off, or he gets very involved with the sides cuckery. That doesn't, but unlike, some others, that's not going to stop me from having a conversation with this guy. I do fully expect that once I have a conversation with this guy and it goes bad for him, he's probably going to twist it after the fact. But I digress.
Pop up a few times. Anthony is another media reviewer and stood by Noah throughout his plagiarism drama. He even helped him pick up the pieces, giving him advice, checking over parts of his scripts, and sending over university-level guides on avoiding plagiarism.
Yeah, not just that. I don't know if it's in Toastify's video, but I am going to keep harping over this every time that it gets mentioned, okay? Anytime that we talk about this, because I'm not gonna lie, this is just an objective example of this guy just lying and rewriting history. Again, okay, initial recommendation. You gotta say you were accused of plagiarism, then transition to the topic being not citing sources. Lie. An absolute fucking lie. It wasn't an accident. Oh, whoopsie, I cited the wrong sources. Nope. Absolute fucking lie. This is a Weasley tactic. You knew the situation, you were active in the chat, engaging with the conversations, you knew what the dramas were, and you still decided to choose to sweep for this guy. You still decided to choose to try to rewrite history to save this guy's career. Because I guess, you just need more soldiers to go at the critical drinker, I suppose. I don't fucking know why you would do that. That's so weird. That's so weird to me. But yeah, no, these DMs leak and it looks chopped as fuck. So yeah. Yeah. One of the worst things you did in that situation was just try to actively lie and rewrite history. But sure. Sure. Anyways, I digress.
And when EFAP went live, he laughed at how much they were covering him. It was only until he realized the gravity of Noah's actions that he disassociated himself and fully cut Noah off, doing his own streams adding onto the evidence against Noah. After all, Noah had promised to improve from his previous situations. When the person you repeatedly help and prop up goes and does something probably worse than you were helping him for, it's fair to feel kinda hurt. Yet Noah only sees this as a knife in his back, and laments about how Anthony won't talk to a clearly compulsive liar. I decided to block Ant on Blue Sky. The fact he threw Noah under the bus is unforgivable. Yeah, this really stung. I guess we'll see what happens. fans. But man, I did expect better here. Maybe Birdman can help. I don't know. Birdman burned the bridge with Noah a few days later, by the way. When Anthony talks about how destructive DMCA strikes are and how they affected him personally, Noah responds basically saying, well, I have a strike too for the same reason, which is a total misread of the point being made. In fact, it actually helps him. If you have personal experience with the copyright system being misused, wouldn't you want to not do the same to others?
Yeah, clearly that's insane. He knows how it's like, but he did to someone else because he was hurt. That's literally like a supervillain mindset. So to be like autistically clear, right? There's just no case where I think Otterly Noah, like he keeps like digging himself a deeper and deeper ditch, right? That's just essentially what he keeps doing. Otterly Noah is really bad. And to be fair, right? And to be fair, Otterly Noah, a big part of him actually getting real damage to him is because of how closely knit in the community he was with Anthony. And Anthony cutting him off actually did the real damage. Because let's be honest, even if people are making valid points, let's say Dickers, let's say Shamu, Nicandros, or even Rao for this case, they don't really share an audience with Otterly Noah at all. So they can make their arguments, but they obviously like Noah. That's a very hug boxy kind of space. They were going to sweep for him anyways, and if that was just it, they would have moved on. That's unironically how it would have went. So the only thing I could actually properly give to Anthony here is because since they shared the audiences, that's the only reason why this guy actually got damage to his career. Genuinely. That is just objectively how I see it. That is, that's the only reason why he actually got like a tank. Because Anthony did the stream, and then he was a laughingstock in the media review space. However, that still obviously didn't stop him from sweeping earlier. But I will give it to Anthony. Yeah, you did cut him off when it became really indefensible. Like, the other stuff were not really that great either. But yeah, obviously coercing someone to false strike someone. Yeah, that's obviously going to be bad. Right? It's obviously going to be fucking bad. But yeah, no. So, it's a little tedious. But yeah, I digress.
On the 23rd of April, after Anthony Gramicula made a stream condemning Noah, he hopped into his Discord VC for a community cope session. Thankfully, we have parts of this recorded.
Just like he did with Sai, that's diabolical.
Like, how much time do you suppose I give it? Because already, still plenty of people are mad at me now. For some good reason. But there's others that are bogus.
First off, Noah mentions how he's thinking of running and rebranding his channel following this whole drama.
I know somebody in general chat.
And then he did.
Suggested a rebrand. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad idea at this point.
Wait, what the heck? What do you mean? What rebrand?
Well, I would just change my name and kind of show that I'm going to be doing different content going forward, basically.
However, Noah states later on that this rebrand is to avoid controversy, so people won't associate his new name with it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think I should distance myself from the whole Otter thing and, anything else, because they're going to automatically just associate that with, previous content, stuff like that.
Sure.
He even plans this rebrand out, trying to wait until everything...
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you, Kalesha, could advocate to EFAP to not make a highlight on that thing, I'd appreciate it too. I already see this spreading on Twitter, to be honest. Kalesha's writing the email to your... Oh yeah, I do remember seeing this. Checking over things now that I am done streaming. Seems things have cooled down on Twitter now. That's good to see. Bro.
Cools down to do it, so that EFAP won't make fun of him.
Well, I think most... if I do that right now, I'm just going to get the same, pull from EFAP and all the brigaders that are coming in right now.
Yeah. Oh god,
that's what I mean. Like, I should at least wait until some heat dies down. Anthony's just gonna come in and be like, "Oh, look, doubling down. He's not taking accountability." I'm like, no, I did. Up with Deus and all that other stuff. I spurred out when there was the whole thing between her and Wargaming Dad, all that, and I already took accountability for that. I did not understand fair use when I came to her either.
Again,
it was like pulling teeth. Let's be real. And you can't say you didn't understand fair use. Because you try to say that, oh, I had this happen to me too, so yeah, that's why. No. You knew what you were doing. All right, let's stop doing this cope walk. All right, you knew what you were doing. You're objectively malicious. Let's be real.
I just think he can't help but lie here. This situation doesn't come from a misunderstanding of fair use, it comes from just being malicious and annoyed at a video and using any available resource to take that video down. He clearly knows what fair use is. The man's literally been through a copyright strike before. Apart from those clips, the rest of this segment is mostly seething about Anthony Gramicula and his condemnation of Noah. In his first clip, Noah has an issue with Anthony's fans harassing him. Reminder, this guy's definition of harassment stretches to this. So take it with a pinch of salt.
Community post. I just edited it just to say don't harass anyone criticizing me, because I'm already getting that. If I make the blatant statement don't harass anyone criticizing me, then that already puts me above other people. Because apparently with Anthony's stream, It supposedly, from what I heard anyway, I didn't watch the whole thing because my mental health handle it.
Bro.
It took him like 40 through the stream to actually say, "Don't harass Noah."
Essentially,
so you're gonna make claims about the stream without watching it, bro? Come on, man. Do these media reviewers just not know how to fucking basically operate in these spaces, man? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like used to these standards just because I've been here for a couple of years. But it's like, this just seems like such common sense, right? Like, if you're gonna make a claim about someone, wouldn't it make sense to see what they said before making a claim about what they said? That just kind of just seems like common sense. I don't know. Like, I know there's not like some secret step-to-step guide of like how to operate on the internet or whatever, unless, you know, you're going through Patrick Hart's rules of the internet. But like, I don't know, man. Like, this is so weird. Like, things that I would just think are common sense just seems to be conveniently something that they don't understand. It's really weird. But whatever. Whatever.
The vibes I'm getting from this statement is moral superiority. Noah directly states he feels he's above Anthony because he directly says not to harass people. It's like that superiority is kind of his only reason for saying it. Noah's issue is that Anthony wasn't fast enough to tell people not to harass him.
And he also claimed in the stream that he, like, made this big claim or whatever that he was never gonna work on my scripts again. I'm like, I just never asked you to work on one again. What are you talking about? It's so stupid.
No.
Okay, also, again, I know I have my disagreements with Anthony, but obviously it is fully within his right to do a public live stream on a public situation, and trying to pretend like that's a suable offense is just bullshit. So yeah, no, Noah is just being gay here.
The point of saying I'll never work on your scripts again is that he's drawing the line, not you. He's personally annoyed at this and decided to set his boundary here. It's nothing to do with your demand. This is so easy to understand. How did this guy become a media critic? The real shocker comes in when Noah floats around the idea of suing Anthony Gramigula, because Anthony believes that Noah nudged his artist into striking Truge's diss track.
Being vague about it too, like saying like, "Oh, it's hazy," when he's talking about Camelot and all that. Like, what are you doing? This is straight up slander. I don't know, could I file something for that? I feel like I could take legal action against that, possibly. But given the fact he...
This is what I said last stream, just don't be a bitch and respond to it publicly. I don't know why you would just objectively set yourself up for failure with a legal case. Yeah, a court case is really going to care about like what some fucking media reviewer says about you online. I don't know. I don't, whatever, man. This is so stupid. It's such a cope call. You're just really just having this parasocial relationship with your audience and just really wanting your hug box to just lift you up. Fucking hell. What an idiot.
He's actively trying to ruin my online reputation, and supposedly, he's literally saying, "Oh, his online career." I'm like, what are you talking about? You lied about me on a stream.
God damn, this guy can't go 2 seconds without mindlessly throwing himself into the legal system. And it's not against someone like Dickers, or Emrau, or Calesto, people who have dedicated a lot of time explaining how they hate this guy. It's towards Anthony, and yet as soon as the cutoff becomes official, Noah's calling up every attorney within a 5-mile radius.
Honestly, again...
Yeah, no, I agree. This is pretty KP coded. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. This is very KP coded. Holy fuck.
Like, I have a pretty clear case here. Anthony got on his stream, quite literally lied about him blatantly. There are other...
What was the lie? Look, I would be fully willing to like check out more of the stream, but it just kind of just seemed like a boring recap of the situation. If you're gonna say things like I want to do like sue him, lay out the lies. What did he lie about? This just seems like a empty threat of legal action. Just because you're mad at criticism, which we know that you would be willing to go to extremes when you're mad at people for criticizing you, because you literally convinced an artist, manipulated an artist to fall strike a critic of yours before. So yeah, no. Dude, I'm going to need some examples, bro.
There's things, again, that I did do that are true in there, but the fact he's adding misinformation on top of that is not good.
It would make you look really bad if you filed another legal thing after getting called out for filing a legal thing wrongfully.
The thing with that, though, is because I did not understand it fair. There wasn't really any grounds to do that. You know, both me and Camelot understand that now.
What makes you think you have legal grounds to sue Anthony? What kind of legal papers have you ever read? Do you really think any reasonable attorney would look at your case and not laugh you out the door without a trunk full of money to come with it?
I'm just saying, if you do this, people will see it as you just doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but that's what people will think.
People will get mad? Why would they get mad over that? I was lied about on a stream. I guess the court clears it up, which I think if I get a good lawyer, I could easily do that. I just have to figure that all out, because that's a mess.
The problem is that would take like months.
Well, also,
to
yeah,
hear.
again, like libel, you have to show evidence of damages, which I can easily do that by showing that I
this
lost
argument's
1,500
stupid.
subscribers and.
Oh, so that's what it's about.
Yeah, I lost 1,500 subscribers. This is annoying too, because prove it was Anthony. Now, granted, I know that Anthony definitely did some damage because, tied in niches, but so you have to prove that it directly came from Anthony, for one, and two, you would have to prove that what he said was intentionally malicious and defamatory. Sorry, intentionally malicious, yes, an intentional lie, right? This is such a stupid route to go down here, though. This is such a stupid route to go down. And this is just such a stupid thing to even try to consider. I can understand now why you pretended that it didn't even happen. Because holy fuck.
Was the YouTuber Carl? He insinuated that
Carl
someone could still. Yeah, him. When that lawsuit was going on, for so long everyone was on his side until it came out what it was about.
It would be a good idea first, like what Science said. I would want to consult first. I just have to figure out where to find one. I've never had to do this kind of thing before.
Wait, he's never even talked to a lawyer before? Now I kind of wish he went through this plan just to see how fast it would have collapsed. It seems like the closer you are to Noah, the more cutthroat he can be toward you. On May 2nd, Noah released a video apologizing for everything regarding the DMCA stuff with Callisto, as well as some of the old plagiarism stuff. This activated Nicandros into releasing the segment of the recorded calls where Noah talks about his lawsuit toward Anthony. Anthony was again reasonably really annoyed at this, and his post about it alerted Noah's Discord server. Instead of realizing, hey, it was kind of insane for this guy to throw out lawsuit threats, the Discord members and Noah kind of just skirt past that and say that this was illegally recording a private space and no one else in the call consented. And honestly, if any of these people talk about the law again, I'm gonna tear my goddamn eyeballs out. These VCs are a publicly accessible space. The only thing keeping it technically private is the $3 a month that anyone can pay to join. There's a difference in expectation of privacy between a call with 2 other people and an accessible VC with 50 of them. Noah himself made the server public. To this day, he's left the Discord server link public on parts of his channel.
Yeah, this is true. This was a thing that this is why I didn't crash out when because okay, it's happened more than once at this point. If there's calls in my public server, I just kind of go in there expecting someone's probably recording, because it is a public space. It doesn't matter if I say, hey, I would prefer you not to record. It is a public space. There's no legally binding thing, and it's just going to be expected to happen. I know that this hug box is going to start crashing out, be like, oh, someone recorded it illegally. Well, no, it's a public server. All right, it's a public space. All right, this is just how it goes. All right, you can't really realistically expect, especially in the peak of a drama, you've got to expect that someone's going to do that. This happens in so many cases. When someone's on the hot seat, this is when you really start to find out whether or not that your conversations that you may have trusted someone with in private stay private, especially in a public server. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening, buddy. That's really not happening. Dude, it's so dumb. It was also in his bio back in the late 2025. Yeah, fair enough. Dude, this is so stupid.
In some DMs, he's even saying the server is public. The only thing that could legally protect a server here is the paywall, because leaking, ironically, may be copyright infringement. Even that itself is shaky, but that's a stronger legal argument compared to recording consent laws. Noah then took to Blue Sky to say, kinda can't believe I have to say this, but no, I have no plans on suing Anthony Grimigula. Apparently someone was in my private Discord server at one point, and recorded a conversation of me saying that offhandedly, whilst just in a state of emotion. Once again, I have no plans to sue Anthony.
Dude, you were literally making plans about talking to a lawyer and going through with it. Dude, obviously everyone's takeaway, because it's not like you just made a comment being like, dude, I think you should be sued. No, you were literally thinking about how to go about it. You were making a whole step-by-step process of how to approach that. Dude, of course that's going to be the takeaway. Are you an idiot? Well, sorry, don't answer that. I already know.
Okay, it was a bit more than just one conversation, Noah. This was sporadic mentions throughout a 2-hour VC.
That'd be expensive, right? I'd like to avoid that if possible. But if it comes down to it, I might. Just because that is also my online reputation on the line right now.
Yep.
Because I'm losing subscribers and stuff over it. But I mean, obviously that I'll probably figure out my options for the slander and stuff. Again, I don't think it was his intent, but he did lie about me still.
He threatened to sue me. Him running with this is ridiculous.
Brother.
Following the strike, Noah made some public apologies and went into hibernation. He's now focusing more on his new job in the film industry, which I hope has nothing to do with writing or legal counsel. Noah also stated the main reason for the strike was because he disliked how Calesso's video used Deus' art. Between this, protecting the artist, hating the video, destroying racism, I can't tell which shallow reason is real. Noah since rebranded to Noah the Otter, then rebranded back to Otterly Noah. The Griffly Bear series is now over because it doesn't fix anything and just hurts people, except no, he's now gone back on that as well.
No.
Also, Noah's first video back immediately showed uncredited footage from someone else. He then quickly retconned the lack of credit in the description. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. So at the end of all this, what can we make of Otterly Noah? Well, the recent drama and Discord logs have stripped away his content and left us an image of the man himself. And my personal theory is that a lot of his actions hinge on ego. Since forever, Noah positioned himself as an autism advocate, a guy who bases his entire identity on his mental diagnosis. He even went out of his way to watch films just because they had autistic people in them.
With her having an autistic brother in it. Of course, the fact that there was an autistic person in this movie is the reason why I personally went to see it.
Dude, King of Autism checks on other autism. Dude, see, Noah would definitely be someone I'd be interested to have like a call with, but like I don't think that that's ever gonna happen. Because realistically, I already know this server is just gonna have a hug box of people being like, "Don't even engage with this guy. Don't engage with drama tubers." And it's not just because it's personal with me. I think they've been doing that with everybody. I'm pretty sure I asked him in one of his community posts if he'd, be willing to have a conversation, but he didn't get back to me. So yeah, no, I highly doubt that there's ever going to be a chat. I would like to, but also, even with that though, even if there was to be a chat, I don't think that much would change because everyone tried having the conversation route. He folds, bends the knee, and then goes back to his server getting gassed up and then doubling down. So maybe like this is just kind of like talking to like a brick wall. But still, I'd be curious. I'm always down to chat. Maybe not always, but I like to try to be available and flexible when it comes to conversations. But yeah.
I had to see if my people were represented.
Okay, alright, yeah, okay, sure.
And therein lies the problem. The reason Noah did what he did in the first place and thought he could get away with it is because he's so self-absorbed. He doesn't see himself as just a guy who talks about autism, he sees himself as the autism guy, a major speaker for the community. He's mainly seen his diagnosis as a label for him to construct his entire identity around. That self-absorption then carries over when it comes to the anti-grifter videos. The ends always justify the means. Noah doesn't see his Griffly Bear series as a creative endeavor or entertainment or interest. He sees it as a service.
And I hope my video here helped you understand just how awful Drinker is as a reviewer, and most of these grifters are overall. Thankfully, it does look like me doing these videos is paying off and helping people understand where real criticism comes from and what it actually looks like, so thank you everybody for paying attention to these videos. I'm happy to keep doing my part, and I'm happy to keep hunting Griffly Bears.
This is why Noah's actions have been so drastic and brazen. He thinks so highly of himself. Some guy will draw an innocent comic of his Ransona character which is very clearly inspired by Noah's, and the first thing Noah does is call them weird and rebuke them for not asking.
Well, yeah, that is me. This is kind of weird, not gonna lie. I actually really like the art style, but I think maybe ask permission to use my likeness just going forward. Obvious punchline. Did you ask people permission to use their stuff? But yeah, dude, what a fucking idiot.
Permission to use his likeness. This is just an otter wearing a Tron suit, not exactly Virgil Abloh, are ya? It's like he sees himself in the middle of a complicated film plot. But it's just not true. The reason everyone is now against him is because he threw them under the bus or pulled them back out whenever it was convenient for him. He'll probably never be able to properly self-reflect because that's where he is now. He's proven himself as an utterly malicious, impulsive, and compulsive liar. Artists, audience, detractors, and collaborators have a good enough reason to stay far away. Or in other words, your life ain't a movie, lil bro. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe and stay toasty.
Dude, stay toasty. Holy shit, it's been a while since I watched one of his videos. Thank you for the 2 Metal Man. Noah is the Lorax of the ADS community. Oh, what's up, Edwin? But yeah, thank you for the 2. Dude. That is kind of like what I did have just on the docky, but, however, actually, hold on. Yeah, just to... Because, yeah, no, that was kind of like just... Good video. Very chopped stuff happening. Very chopped stuff that just, like, took place. Fucking hell. Hold on. Wait, I'm not gonna end stream. Hold on. I'm not. Hold up. Is something beautiful happening? Is something amazing happening at the fingertips of this? Dude. Dude. I might have something happen. But yeah, no. I mean, where's this guy's future gonna be? I tried joining his Discord, but like it just didn't work realistically. Like the link didn't work. For those who may have missed it, I mean, they're just talking about Gameverse. They completely ignored like the existence of this video. Yeah, no, like, what's his content even like now? Redefining anime's autistic masterpiece as an hour? Dude.
Hey everyone, this is Noah here. So as a bit of a heads up, this is actually an older video of mine recorded back in 2024, actually not long after my Japan trip that I took. During that trip, I actually got to see a lot of the different locations that are featured in stuff.
Dude, this is so chopped. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Hello, Dead City.
Hello.
So, yeah, yeah, let's chat. How much time do I have with you tonight?
Oh, I'm taking my psych meds now, so until they kick in.
Okay. So, I guess, like, what was your...
like 2 hours.
Okay, sure. So, what was your intention with posting Lio's house as your banner, by the way? Just out of curiosity, just get that out of the way.
Literally nothing, I just thought it was funny. That's why I didn't say it was his house. Like, if my goal was to, like, dox him, I would fucking... Give me a second, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if my intention was to, like, spread his info around, I would, like, mention somewhere that that was his house. But, like, I just thought, you know, it was funny to post his crack shack as the backdrop to him subtweeting about me.
So would you personally be okay with it, then, if someone took your house and made it as their banner as long as they didn't say it was your house?
I mean, people have already done that.
But were you okay with that?
Well, I wasn't, but I wasn't careful with my address when I was a kid.
Well, that doesn't make it right, though. But like,
but like, you can't be upset that people are going to like be malicious and use your information in a way that you didn't intend for if you're reckless and you post your information online.
Well, I think you can absolutely be upset about that. You could say like it was dumb for them
fine.
to
You can
post
be
it.
upset about it, but like, I just don't think it's like
I think
rational.
I think two things could be true. I think that you could be, you know, both upset and pissed that it could be a wrong action that they did, while also the person being reckless with their information. So I don't know. Like, I
guess I could see that point of view. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been like seeing your name pop up around quite a bit. So I guess we could just chat about some stuff too. Let's get into it, I guess. So how did you meet Via Omega?
Through one of our mutual friends. I can't remember who. I think Neko Koda introduced me to V. This was before they had any romantic anything. They were just friends, and
right.
I mean, the thing with the ACC back in the day is it was all interconnected. There were like tons of group chats between like all the different channels, so like pretty much everyone knew everyone to some degree. So it's not like, yeah, but I would say I was friends with V for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that for sure. Obviously that's going to be a side eye one because that person's like literally a groomer.
Well, yeah, but he and Neko Koda started after like, and I didn't know anything about what's her name, Joniru.
Well, this guy was also 20 years old and cheated on his husband with a 14-year-old.
I didn't know that.
Okay. All right. There was other things. Oh yeah, I mean, obviously the thing that comes up a lot. Why did you post apparently a video of a guy playing with a dead gator's dick?
So I don't remember the original context of a video. It just popped up on my Twitter feed like back in like, I don't know, like 2016 or something. And like, I just thought it looked like Yoshi's tongue, so I was like, shit, what if I just edit the Yoshi tongue sound effect and put this in my meme compilation? I used to post meme compilations once like every year or so. It's a pretty distasteful joke, but like the alligator was dead. And I think these were just like Florida Fish and Wildlife inspecting the gender of this dead alligator or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I just thought it was funny.
I mean, I find it kind of interesting though that like I'm pretty sure with Vlad specifically, you go at him for like the hard drive thing in one of your videos that you brought it up, but then you have that.
Well, yeah, but from what I heard, he posted like actual like bestiality, like animal abuse.
Would it not? I mean, is a guy not playing with a gator's dick like?
He wasn't really playing with it though. He was just pressing.
Okay,
on,
bro.
Like, the pelvic area to figure out if it was a male or female. Alligator.
Come on, bro.
Which, yeah, I mean, like, I just don't think it's the same as like having sex with an animal. I think it's just like it's gross, but it's I don't know. I was mostly posting it for shock value, to be real with you.
So why should I extend you the shock value, like fairness, but not Vlad? I suppose.
Because like I didn't post like someone having sex with animals, and I didn't post it in a Discord server full of like minors.
Dude, but no, you posted on a video that, like, you know, posted on a platform that's 13 plus.
But he wasn't having sex with a fucking. Okay, we're gonna have to like. We're just not gonna see eye to eye here.
No, obviously
I didn't see
not.
it as like the dude like. I didn't see that as the dude like playing with the alligator. I just saw it as like something fucking dumb and weird. But yeah.
Wait, so
sure.
You just saw it as something dumb and weird. So I guess what was your specific thing that you saw it as? Like, what I'd suppose.
Well, like I was just like. Because like the original caption says something about like male alligators have a spring-loaded penis, and like this was a video of a dead alligator, and it was someone demonstrating that it was like a spring-loaded penis in a dead alligator. I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. And then I was like, oh, that looks like Yoshi's tongue. And then I just edited it to have like it's clearly a joke. I put it in a meme compilation. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a distasteful joke? Yeah. Is it gross? Yeah. Should I have not made that joke? Probably. But like I think it's very clear that the intention of that video is purely just comedy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, shock value. I mean, I don't know. It kind of just comes off to me hypocritical that you would have a problem with Vlad's hard drive, but then do that yourself. I mean,
well, also that's like one video, and like as it's been described by like Leo and shit, didn't Vlad have like a whole ass like multi-gigabyte hard drive of shit that he had to like quote unquote shoot or whatever the fuck? Which I don't believe the fucking redneck like lore legendary version of it where he went out back and shot the hard drive like Old Yeller. I think that's a bit like stupid if that's real, but like yeah, if he got rid of a hard drive of bestiality, which is like people having actual sex for pleasure with animals, I think that's a little bit greater of an offense than me like seeing a video of these two people in the Florida swamp like messing with a dead alligator corpse.
Yeah, I know. Personally, I start to see it go into like a similar territory. But gosh, I think that. Hold on, let me grab it. It's somewhere here. Fuck, where is it? So I don't know if you've ever seen the clip, but honestly, I don't know where how much Vlad can do to prove that he got rid of the hard drive realistically. I think obviously you could be skeptical, and that's going to be fair enough, sure.
Oh no, I think he got rid of it, but I just don't think he like fucking shot it. I think that's just like it's like trying to Joe Exotic like make yourself seem like I don't know like Jukebox Hero or some shit. I think that's just an over exaggeration of a story. I'm sure he got rid of it, but like,
well, are you aware of this clip?
Oh wow, he actually shot it? That's cringe.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's fucking cringe, dog. That's fucking cringe. Okay, you know, I take it back. He is that guy. He is him. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like, are you? I don't know, because like I did like see the thing with like your fetishes or whatever, or the kinks that you're into. Are you into
the Ink Bunny thing? So the thing is I didn't post most of those tags. Like on Ink Bunny, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I used the site.
Sure.
Like it's a community-driven thing, like Rule 34.xxx or whatever, like all those forum types, where you can just suggest tags, right? So like, but I'm not into feral, and I don't think I drew any feral on that Ink Bunny account. It's all just Pokemon and Sly Cooper's nutsack.
No,
So
I just think that the screenshot said that you were like into feral or something. I could try to find it. There was like a whole list of kinks that it said that you were into. I think like one of them was even feet or whatever.
I don't know about that. I mean, you know what? Sure, I'm into feet. Fucking send me your feet pics, everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I really don't care about my kinks being public, but I kind of don't try to like post about NSFW stuff on my main because, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's really relevant. Like,
sure. I mean, honestly, it's just kind of like there's like a few things. Obviously, I don't fuck with what you did with your footprint. Obviously, the gator thing. That there was. What was else? Do you want to like briefly describe your relationship, whether it just was a friendship or whatever with stories? Because I heard that come up a couple times too.
oh, so it was just like a really toxic friendship where she and I would like make each other worse and worse by hyping each other up by like talking negatively about other people. Just kind of like hate spiraling. And it was like not a great friendship. It was a friendship that started because fucking Foster lied to me and said that I'm not gonna get into the whole relitigation of that shit. That's like a fucking. I don't want to talk about it.
Sure.
But my thing with stories was just like she and I were just like really toxic with each other, and so we had to like I pulled away, and I was like, dude, I'm being fucked up, talking this way.
Right. Oh yeah. To also, so yeah, someone did find it. I could just double check it right now. So someone did find the Ink Bunny stuff.
Oh, so these are just tags that are on the
yes. So
photos, and not all of these tags are ones that I've written. So feet. I mean, I don't really have a foot fetish, but I don't hate feet. I'm kind of neutral on it. I don't think that's gore. I mean, my character's a zombie, so I guess that's why it got tagged as gore. Barbed penis. It's a fucking cat. My character's a cat.
What are penile spines?
I think that's like the fucked up shit that cats have. I don't know what the official name is for what's. You know, I didn't like really look up in depth like, you know, like scientific like fucking anatomy books when I drew my cartoon fucking Pokemon character, dude.
Oh, so you're into. Are you also into hypnosis and Futanari?
Why would it be tagged as Futanari? That's weird.
Interesting.
Hermaphrodite. I don't think I drew any hermaphrodite. Oh, I did draw one hermaphrodite Lopunny. Yeah, I drew a tall, big dicked, big gawked Lopunny once.
Right.
Not a feral one in my fucking universe. I think it's very clear that all of the fucking Pokemon on my channel are like sentient, like speaking beings, but yeah.
I mean, people are always going to have their opinions when it comes to Pokemon art, but I mean, I guess so another thing I was kind of curious about, well, not curious, I'm just interested. So obviously the whole thing kicked off really properly from the Himpleton server stuff. Because that's where like stuff blew up.
Yeah.
So why did you frame that as a server filled with minors?
I didn't say it was a server full of minors. I said it was a server with no age verification. Himpleton explained it to me that there was age verification. However,
right,
the date that he said that he started the age verification, I joined within that time frame, and I was never verified. So I don't know what his process was, but like if I slipped through the cracks. And the thing is I wasn't in Himpleton's server for long, so it's not like I fucking read anything. And if you don't have any reason for me to read all the fucking rules in your server, I'm just not reading them. Because I don't really pay attention to Discord that much. I really just use this to promote my fucking YouTube videos and steal other people's audiences. I'm so blessed. But yeah, no, like I just thought like, cause I recognized that I didn't have to jump through any hoops to join a server. I thought that it was just not an age gated server. That's my bad. And I fucking posted a retraction about that.
I mean, it just kind of came off to me. Like, look, I get like, I know that you have like a history with Lio and don't really like him or anything like that. But
I
like,
made one video on Lio. I don't have a history with the guy. I want to make that clear. I made one fucking video on him. And when he subtweeted about me after I made that video, I fucking changed my Twitter banner to his house, which was up for months before he said anything about it. So
I get, yeah. I mean, he probably didn't notice it before. That just seems more unhinged on your end then.
I mean, that's fair to say that's
You didn't even-
unhinged,
well,
but I'm not really like stalking Leo. Like, I'm not really like fucking out
Well,
here.
You're saying that you didn't
watching
really
Leo's
have.
head.
Well, you're saying you didn't really have a history with him, but you still made his house your banner. Like that's like mentally insane, dude.
Well, yeah, because his house looks like a fucking dump. I thought it was just funny. Oh, okay.
But I mean, you're really opening a door for yourself that I don't think you want to open. Not that I would be okay with it being open, but yeah, no, that's. I mean, if someone just thinks that your house looks chopped, again, like just goes down that logic of even if you were like had a horrible OPSEC, if someone thought your house looked chopped, would you think it'd be fine if they made it their banner?
No, but again, this goes back to like the disagreement we have on like responsibility of like keeping your data offline and keeping your shit like private. You know, like this fundamentally goes back to you and I disagreeing about like, is it right if Leo had posted his address for other people to fucking use that info in a hostile manner?
Yeah, I mean, like, he makes it public, and the people that are going to be unhinged are going to be unhinged with it. It just seems like, to my understanding, it looks like you're one of those. That's just how it comes off.
That's a fair read, I guess. I don't know what to say. Here's the thing. If Leo came to me and was like, yo, can you please take down my house? That's not cool. And like was actually seriously upset about it, I'd probably take it down. But like the fact that he's like uploading screenshots of my Twitter banner that has his house, if he really didn't want that info spread around, why is he fucking spreading it around himself, right?
Well, I mean, it's going to the extent of showing that you were unhinged enough to make it your Twitter banner. It's talking about your intention. It's not talking about the specific action of the house, but it's talking about your intention with it. Obviously,
I mean, that's fair, but then like,
I mean, how else is he going to call
my
it out?
intention? Then, if it's just about my intentions, then like Leo's feelings in the matter, then we've established aren't really a factor in this, right?
Well, sure, but like even with so like when it comes to you doing something publicly, would it not be fair for him to clap back publicly?
I mean, yeah, but like he kind of lied about me and called me a fucking zoophile.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not trying to call you one myself, but it is kind of hard to. Again, with the gator thing is like really chopped. I know you're giving your reasoning, and I'm trying to be good faith and take that in, but that is really chopped. And I'm pretty sure you can correct me if I'm wrong, but even in that same video or other video, you've had like other animal genitalia just be shown in it, whether it was from Nat Geographic or something like that.
That's the only instance I'm aware of where I posted animal genitalia.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean the gator, the hyena, I believe. I think there was a hyena. Can't remember if Vlad shows it in his video actually. Hold on. I know obviously you and Vlad obviously don't have to get along, but I'm pretty sure I'm just only going to go to it just to see the example if he shows it. Because I know he did talk about the gator. Where is it? Yeah. No, you show a hyena with just his dick hanging.
What video is that?
Big meme alert cunt 5.
And it's a video in that meme compilation that you're saying?
It's saying that, and then the gator one. Let me see if it shows the specific one where the gator one comes from. The gator one, to be fair, is just a screenshot. I can't source back to a video, but he does include that it came from meme alert 5 meme alert cunt 5 for the hyena one. Apparently in the
okay,
beginning
so I just uploaded, or I just clicked on Big Meme Alert Cunt 5, and the immediate first one is the alligator peeing. I don't think there's any videos of hyenas in this, except for the hyena splashing in the bathtub.
Here, let's just make this easier.
Yeah, send me a screenshot or share your screen or something.
Yeah, this.
Oh, Oh, the thumbnail? Fuck, I didn't even realize the hyena had its dick out. Okay.
I guess.
This is just like I just downloaded the first 5 images when you type hyena onto Google for like the fucking thumbnails.
I guess. I don't know. It doesn't feel like you do yourself a lot of favors when it comes to that. But I mean, if that's your defense, that's your defense.
I genuinely fucking didn't even notice, but yeah.
I don't know. Fair enough, I guess. Let's see. What else was there? Fuck. So, because I know you did that. I don't really have a lot of information, but I know you said you didn't want to get relitigated, but I have heard Foster's name come up again, to be fair as well, and that is, for full transparency, once that stuff does come out, I do fully intend to look into that as well.
So Foster and I first started off hating each other because I made a video on his video where he bullied Wolfie Chew to the point of like her like crying or something.
Sure.
I don't know if you probably don't even know who Wolfie Chew is. Fucking I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of names that don't make sense because a lot of these channels just don't fucking exist anymore.
Sure.
Anyways, Foster and I just hated each other because I covered a few of his videos and shit, and then he and I were friends temporarily. Then we had like a somewhat spicy group chat for a while, but it wasn't really like it wasn't really a thing.
Hold on, what do you mean by spicy? Just to elaborate on that.
So when he was 17, I was 19, and V was 19.
Okay.
I think we were in like a group chat for a little bit that Foster created. That didn't last for very long either. And then I started hating Foster again because I opened out about like one of the just mental thing that I deal with, and then he started role playing like he had the thing.
Sure.
I don't want to get too deep into. It's cringe. I don't want to talk about my personal mental illnesses either.
I mean, I kind of put yourself in like a little bit of like a hard position here because I know you're not going to want to talk about it, but regardless of whether or not you want to talk about it, this stuff is going to come out. So I would just only ask if, obviously, you could only talk about what you're willing to talk about, but I know that this stuff's going to come out. So if you do have a defense for it, I would give it now.
Well, I'll say this.
Sure.
He started role playing as if he had this extremely not common mental disorder that I had the night prior to him starting this, opened up about having struggles with. And that pissed me off. And then he sent me after Stories because he said Stories was like doing some shit behind his back or saying something behind his back or something. I talked to Stories. She tells me that he's been dating her. I find out that he's been dating multiple people who are like younger than him. Like Stories was 15, he was 17. The youngest he was dating was 13, and that's when I got really fucking pissed at him. And I flew off the handle and I said a lot of really fucked up shit, and I did a lot of really fucked up shit, partially fueled on and egged on by my toxic back and forth with Stories where we would hype each other up and make us like spiral out and like act like complete fucking sadistic psychos. And this is where like a lot of like the shit that I regret when it comes to Foster happened. And this is when I like fucking deleted my video on him. And this is when I was like, I'm not gonna fucking talk about this guy ever again. Cause like, like it kind of sucks to have been, if even only for briefly, like friends with like someone and then finding out that like since before you knew them, they'd been dating like 12 to 13-year-olds. And like grooming like fucking kids, and that just like but like I didn't handle that well. So after the whole Foster situation, I fucking quit the ACC and I fucking left YouTube for like a year, came back, retooled my channel just to focus on like I don't know, like fucking atheism videos, try to get better at like, I don't know, choosing my battles and not acting like a complete fucking freak. Though you might disagree with the Lio posting, but I don't really care. But like I try to like reel back a little bit.
Real quick pause, just for some clarifying things before we move on. You mentioned role play stuff. What was that about? Just so that there's no confusion.
There was role plays. I mean, like there might have been ERPs. I don't remember specifically.
And then
are you talking about the guy role playing? Like he had the okay. Can I like text message you this without you showing it on stream so that like I just don't want to spread around like this fucking specifics.
I mean, I guess we could just put a pin in that for now, and then like talk about some other stuff in the meantime. But okay.
You know what? I'll just fucking say it, dude. Like, I've been dealing with like dissociative shit for like a lot of my life, and I had to go through like a lot of specialized therapy to deal with it. And then like this dude, like the day after I open up about dealing with dissociative shit, he's just like fucking starting every sentence with like insert name : hi guys, I'm a new alter. I'm like fucking wanting to kill myself. That's what I mean by role playing, as if he had the thing.
Oh,
does that make sense?
So just to be very clear, you're saying that Foster basically pretended to have DID?
Yeah, after I opened up about it first.
Right. Okay.
And that just like really fucking sent me, because it's like I open up about it in like a group voice chat, and then the next day like fucking this dude's talking about like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna back out of this one. I'm reeling myself out. I'm not continuing down this thread.
Sure. I mean, fair enough.
Sorry.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, I get the point. Okay. And another clarifying thing. When you say that the person was messaging 12 to 13-year-olds, how old was the person when they were doing that?
16 to 17.
Okay. And this just to put
16 when they were 12, 17 when they were 13. Like this was throughout this 12-year-olds.
And the person doing that, his name was again? I kind of missed it.
Foster.
So
Foster.
Okay, so Foster, you're claiming, has had at least a couple 4-year age gaps, 3 to 4-year age gaps themselves, and that's why you distance?
Yeah, but part of it was also that he was trying to get me to like fight all of his battles by saying like all of these people that he was grooming were like making up stories about him. Not like making up stories about this, but like he was trying to get me to make videos on these people about other shit.
Right.
And I felt like him using me like an attack dog to go after people he groomed was kind of fucked.
No, I get that. Just, I don't want to like get too hung up on this part, but like just because it is obviously a bit of a serious claim, and I would understand if you're not prepared, but would you happen to have anything that would back the fact that there was 3 to 4-year age gaps that this Foster person engaged in?
This was 10 years ago. I don't even have the same Discord account.
Okay. So I guess all I can do...
It's literally a he said, she said situation, unfortunately, but like I really don't have like I literally don't have anything saved from back when I was that mentally ill. And like, I don't know.
Right. Well, all I could do with that realistically...
I can at least prove that there was one 14-year-old he was dating while he was 17. Because it's in the original fucking video. I have her testimony in my original video on Foster, and it's archived somewhere on YouTube. Y'all can fucking find it.
Sure. I mean, yeah, as for just the claim that was just made earlier, I might as well... I might have to just take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, obviously. Just because that is a pretty serious claim, obviously. But yeah, if that's your reasoning, then okay. Kind Because I did hear about some messages. Did you?
I just want to say that's my reasoning, but I don't want that to be like a justification for my actions. My actions were completely fucked up, and like the shit I said was irreprehensible. And the fact that Stories and I went out of our way in order to like fucking dox him and then like send like all of the shit he was doing with minors to his parents is fucked. And I fully regret my actions there, and I don't want like it to seem like, oh, just because this guy is a bad person, my actions are justified. I think it's cringe when Leo Convoy says like his actions are justified because whoever he's beating on is a terrible person. I think I should be held to the same standard. It's fucked. Like, let's not excuse this. It's fucked.
Sure. Oh yeah, sure. Because I've heard about like in some of the messages you talked about having like a 10-year plan of like A-logging this person.
Maybe I did at the time, but I was like fucking like out of it, dude. I completely forgot this person existed.
Yeah. Okay. I guess because it is kind of interesting though, because I know that you have some roots in the SCC. And back in the day, I know that like just looking through some of the threads I did before, like it was a little while ago, you got into a lot of shit because of doxing controversies. Would you mind explaining some of those? If you remember them.
I don't remember who I doxed. I'm sure I doxed a lot of people, to be honest. I was friends with okay, so V had two really bad friends. One of them was me, and the other was, I forget what his name was. I think it was like Neo Alt CC or some shit. That dude was a notorious doxer in the community, and I was a doxer in the community, and that was bad. I shouldn't have fucking done that.
Right. So it kind of just like, because I know you like talked about like changing, and I guess like you're probably going to see where I go with this, but it's like in the past in the SEC you got a lot of shit for doxing. It seems like with Foster you got into some shit with like PII related stuff, if not like threatening to do so, and even now you use Lyo's like house as a banner. Like it doesn't, I don't know, like it just, that element hasn't really seemed to change much for me.
Well, I think it's changed in the sense that I've gone from active doxing to now I don't know. I don't really see my actions as doxing Leo. Leo doxed himself. You can disagree with.
Well, did you post his house with good intentions?
I didn't post it with good or bad intentions. I just thought his house looked like a crack shack, and so I thought it would be funny as a backdrop for him subtweeting about me.
Did you? I mean, I guess. I don't know. It just kind of like, I know you and I are just like disagreeing on it, but it just looks like a part of the
again. Like if I wanted to spread his info, I feel like I would announce, "Hey guys, this is Leo's house. You want to see where Leo Convoy lives? Check out my Twitter." But like I wasn't fucking doing that, right? Like again, no one would have even known that my banner was his house if he didn't fucking spread it around, right?
I don't know. I guess I just don't know. What reaction were you expecting from that, I suppose?
I don't really think I was thinking about getting a reaction.
I mean, earlier you did say you did it because you thought it was funny, which whatever, sure, if that's your reasoning, sure, but like...
Yeah, but it's funny to me. It's like an inside fucking joke for me.
Well, yeah, it could be an inside joke for you, but I guess what's the difference between just looking at it in private versus just, putting it on a public platform?
I don't know, like, is there an issue of looking at people's houses? I'm sure people look at my house all the time now.
Well, there is an issue of, like, if to be very clear, if someone, like, posted a picture of your house, yeah, I would have an issue with that, too. Even if they just made it their Twitter banner. It didn't say it was your house. Yeah, I would have an issue with that, too.
I can understand having an issue with it, but I also, like, I feel like there's, like, a level of responsibility that people have to take towards making sure that they don't outwardly signal boost their own private information, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't make the person who did the action like at any less fault for doing it.
Oh no, I'm not saying like I'm in the right for doing this, but I'm just saying I'm not in the wrong in my opinion, right? Like I think this is a neutral action at best.
How can you explain how it'd be a neutral action?
Because like Fucking okay. The only people who would know that that's Leo's house is me and Leo. And if Leo wants to keep subtweeting about me, I don't know. I was thinking that he'd see that get baited, and then like I don't know,
Okay.
I'd have something to talk about. But I really didn't have anything to talk about.
So wait, before you said that there was not really much intention, but now you're talking about it being bait.
I mean, I didn't really expect a reaction from him, but like I did think that
but
you
you
know
wanted
this might be
one.
this might be bait. I guess you could say I wanted one.
Well, yeah, like why
Sure.
why else would you say that it was bait if you didn't want any form of reaction?
I don't think it's that I wanted a reaction. It's if a reaction came from this, that would be free content. Does that make sense? I wasn't expecting Leo to like actively look at my Twitter because he refused to even reply to my tweets. So I just figured, like, you know, if I get a reaction from this, that's just added to the joke.
I mean,
if I don't get a reaction from this, then it's still funny that he lives in like a fucking crack shack.
I mean, what would the punchline be? I put Leo's house as my banner, and he got mad.
Well, currently
I got him.
the punchline for me, the punchline for me currently is he literally fucking Barbara Streisand himself. He like literally Barbara Streisand himself. He's like, oh, there's pictures of my house. Don't look at these pictures of my house. And now like more people know that that's a photo of his house. He literally like that's a perfect joke in my opinion. Setup, punchline. You don't see that as like funny? I do.
I mean, you could talk about someone being reckless with their PII or having horrible OPSEC, but like maybe there's a miscommunication, but it just sounds like that you only made it your Twitter banner with like the off chance to like get him mad about it so you can make content out of it.
I mean, you could say that was my main intentionality. In my opinion, that wasn't my main intentionality. That was more of just an incidental bonus. But sure, you can say like there was some part of me that wanted to bait content from Leo.
Yeah, that dog. That does sound unhinged still.
All right, I don't care. Like,
I mean, I guess, bro. Fuck. Okay.
I'm sorry. I just don't know where this conversation is going at this point. I think we're just gonna have to say that we disagree on this one point.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Fuck, dude. Okay. I mean, as it stands now, that's pretty much most of the stuff I want to talk about. If anything else comes up, I do have you added. Is there anything else you want to say before I dip for the night?
Yeah, you should go subscribe to Dead City.
Bro. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I guess I'll be talking to you later if anything else comes up.
Maybe not.
Okay, thank you. See ya. What a fucking dumbass, bro. I mean, Jesus. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of felt like a brick wall there. Like, I know, like, I'm doing, like, you know, the post-talk thing right now, but it's like, where do I go from that? Like, he doesn't see it as a right or a wrong... Sorry, she doesn't see it as a right or a wrong thing. I keep forgetting, my fault. But yeah, she doesn't see it as a right or a wrong thing. And just sees it as neutral. But then admits to having, like, an intention with it. What the fuck do I do with that? Brother. I mean, I guess, dude. I guess. Fuck me. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I don't care. Guy smokes blunt. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna ever get another conversation out of them again if they said maybe. But, you know, I got some of my questions in. And yeah, there's just a few agree to disagree moments. But yeah. Yeah, that was Dead City, everybody. Dude. Oh. Well, holy fuck, man. Holy fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus, let me see if anyone else is live right now. I'm just a little mind blown by that. But, you know, glad that we were able to chat. It worked out. I guess it's only adorable kittens I can send you guys to. Yeah, I'm glad that there was a chat. You know, it makes things a little bit easier rather than just assuming intentions. At least I have documented stuff of their defenses and their responses. So that's the most I could ask for, I guess. Yeah, I got the call that none of the other Cat Slayer people could get, dude. Fuck. I'm gonna hear about that in the morning. God. Did I go over your video? No, I didn't, actually. But you know what? Nah, dude. Future, I'm a little chopped, dude. I'm not gonna deal with another creep. Yeah. I'm a little fried right now, bro. I'll probably go over it, like, you know, when it comes up for the Anthony stream. Just to, you know, housekeeping. Dude. Yeah. Dude. Fuck my life, man. Alright, you guys enjoy seeing beautiful cats, you know, just playing in the fields in the house. I'm gonna get some shut-eye, so... Bye!